All right, now let's go ahead and start this stream a little early tonight. We got to make up for lost time. We definitely do. Let me see. This is the second stream in a row. For whatever reason, the YouTube chat does not want to show up on screen. Well, at least that's why we start these streams early, so we can iron out all the technical details. Let me just go ahead and adjust. Whoa, I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. There we go. Let me try this. Should be good to go now. Unless I have to go through OBS. Just log into this real quick. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I just need to go ahead and get the chat working on OBS. I don't know why it's been giving me some trouble here recently, like the past 2 weeks. Past 2 streams, they haven't been showing up. It's just like, nah, fam. Nah, fam. Nah. So let me just see this. Oh, there it is. Now it shows up. Now it shows up. That was so strange. Well, okay. It works when it wants to work. That's all I can say. We ain't gonna bite the hand that feeds. That's what we're not gonna do tonight. But yeah, what's going on, people? What's up? What's happening? Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Labor Day if you're living here in the States. The last official day of summer, the last hurrah, as people say. Me, myself, and I don't go too crazy for these holidays, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know a lot of people, they live or die by things such as, 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, things like that. For me, it's just another opportunity to relax, bro. I know folks like to get turned up and fucked up and, the black bond whole shtick, but I don't know, man. I feel like I can do that any other weekend. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on, people? What's up? Good to see everybody. Good to see y'all. Yeah, I decided to start this one a little earlier. I know I kind of freaked people out last week because I didn't do a stream. Just a lot of things in my personal life were happening last week. Just took some time out for myself in addition to just being around family, and I kept trying to find a time to do a stream, but then I got wrapped up in other things like finishing up The Last of Us Part 2, and then I got sent the code for the Avengers game, so I was playing through a little bit of that, and then I just went straight into work mode. So yeah, it's just been adjusting to some things back at work, and then still trying to do the social media and the YouTube game, and then the gym is open back up, which to me is just freaking amazing. So getting back into it, but as y'all know, I'm never gonna leave this shit. I'll always be around. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to every single one of the early folk in here. What's going on? Awesome Gamer, Asbel Lant, Trapped in My Psych, J Mac, Not Opaque. Hello, C Pierre. Oh, we got my homie Chris in here. What's up, bro? We got Bruh Moments, Ghost Rider, Lynx, John Damon, Pentacle, Hudless Details, Amazing CJB, and then there was one. Rescue Squad Culp, Oscar, a guy, Alan, Owen, Danix, the Denim Warrior, Chris, the Harlem Twin, Brian. Shout out to y'all, Player Productions, the homie Colin. What's good, Colin? My boy! Damn, you're early, man. I'm so used to having you make your grand entrance. Oh, we got the homegirl Bree. What's going on, Bree? How you doing, sis? We got Izai, Nazario, Santiago. I know I probably butchered one of those 3 words, so I apologize in advance. The Gamer Freaks 720, Narukami 2D. Trying to see if I missed anybody. I think I'm all caught up. At Neil, Cool 32, the gamer, Anthony Nguyen. And then we got the homie Gustavo Bravo coming in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Gustavo Bravo says, "We out here cooking in California. Hope your day is going well. I wasn't planning on taking the day off for Labor Day." Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And, you know, my day has been going good, bro. I'm a very simple person. I'm a creature of habit. You know, I don't really, because, you know, a lot of people like to get into the planning modes when it comes to these holidays. Me, myself, and I, it's like, if I can have a relaxing day off, spend it with the people I want to, we just take it from there. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any type of elaborate things going on. Like, I will tell you exactly what I did today. I woke up, I went to the gym. Well, actually, no, I didn't do that. I woke up, I went ahead and I got me some edibles. Which if y'all follow me on the gram, you should. My Instagram, if y'all are interested, is Phantom NGS. So like the first letter of my YouTube name, those 3 words, and then Phantom in the front. I just caught me like a good amount of edibles because I've just been experimenting. Well, not experimenting, but getting back into recreational usage and all that. So I went and I copped those. Then I went to the gym, great workout, came home, had a nice little dinner with the family, and then we all just chilling, man. It's crazy because, you know, as I don't know if it's a black thing or what, but as black people, more often than not, we didn't eat dinner until like 9 o'clock at night on some holidays because we would spend all day cooking. But in the past like 2 years or so, we've been eating dinners like at 4 p.m., which is so strange, man. But yeah, I just so happened to have this day off from both of my jobs. So I was just like, yeah, why not? Just relax and enjoy it, which is good. You know, just take the opportunity for that. Everybody needs a good day to recharge themselves. Oh, you sent me the message, Colin? I'll have to check that. I will have to check that because I usually mute Discord during the streams just to keep things so it's not like got you. Oh, okay. Definitely. As far as that's concerned, Colin, I'll see if we can do something later on for this show. If not, we can definitely do it next week. Because we have a lot of stuff that we have to discuss tonight. But yeah, so my Labor Day is pretty chill, y'all. Nothing too crazy. Why would you get back into doing drugs? Well, can you even call marijuana a drug at this point? It's like it's so freaking harmless that I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh man, the Stars app. The Stars app keeps hitting me up. They're straight up like, yo, come back to us. Renew now for $9 a month and watch Power Book 2 Ghost. No, I hated the last season of Power. So what the fuck do you think I'm going on there subscribing to Stars again? Fuck out of here. Oh man. But how y'all doing? How's your Labor Day weekend? How's your Labor Day been? What have y'all been up to? I feel like when we don't do these streams on a weekly basis, it's like we haven't seen each other in a month. Does anybody feel like that? It's just like we all walked in. We're like, hey, what's up? Because that's how it feels. That's definitely how it feels right now. Oh, man. Hugs, not drugs. No, pugs, not drugs. That's how it is. Getting into some games on some Game Pass action. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Harlem Twin. Yeah, Game Pass had a pretty good month. We had Wasteland 3 come out, in addition to Resident Evil 7 is on Game Pass now, Flight Simulator, that new Don't Nod game. Game Pass had a good month. But unfortunately, Game Pass, they're taking away Red Dead Redemption 2. I think today's the last day, I want to say. So that kind of sucks for me because I was getting close to the end of Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I got burnt out, so I was like, yo, let me just play something else. And then I was like, yo, I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, it's gone from Game Pass. Fuck me. I mean, I still have it on my PS4, but it's getting to the point where I was on the Xbox One version where I'm just like, oh. So I'll just probably cop it when it's like $20 or something and finish it. Or if I want, I can just go and boot up my PS4 version and deal with the loudness that is PlayStation. Oh, man. But it is about to be 8 o'clock. It is about to be 8 o'clock, so we might as well just go ahead and start with the official intros. Welcome, ladies and gentle germs, to Ask Neo. Ask Neo is the weekly Q&A series, with the exception of last week, because we took a break, where you guys ask me questions, and I try my very best to answer them within a timely fashion. Now, whether or not that goes according to plan, we will just have to see. But it's a very free-form, free-flow type of Q&A shtick. You guys just ask me questions. I answer them to the best of my knowledge and my ability. I will say this, though. If there are a couple of questions that are asked that I've already discussed at length in videos, I am not going to be answering them. I will just direct you to those videos because it just saves some time and it just keeps us going. In addition to that, if it's something that I am probably going to talk about in a future video, I'll just breeze by it real quick and then I'll save it for that. And housekeeping. That's what we do when we do these streams, right? So down below in the video description are going to be a couple of links. So first things first is going to be the link to our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos. So if you are looking for a new community to join, if you want to be around like-minded individuals, find your next best friend to play a co-op game, then that might be the community for you. Link down below in the video description. It's free to join. We don't do any of this. Oh, you got to pay $10 a month, subscribe to my this to get access to Discord. We don't do that shit. The only rules is just to be kind, be humble, be civil with one another, treat everybody how you'd like to be treated, and that's basically it. In addition, I've got links to all my social medias like Twitter, Facebook, the account that I rarely use, in addition to my Patreon page, which is just a way for y'all to support the channel. I don't really gatekeep content on that sort of shtick. The only thing that I will say is sort of like premier access with Patreon is the brand new podcast that I just launched, which is called the Deep Dive Podcast. I should, like I said, it's been 2 weeks, so it's been a while. I should have a link to it right here, which I don't, so I will go ahead and grab that real quick. Let me just hit up my Spotify and get this thing going. It's something that I've been kicking around for a while now, and it was literally one of those situations where it's like, well, just turn on the microphone, start recording, and then see what happens. And that's basically what I did. So if you guys are interested, the podcast is available on Spotify. I just sent a link right there in the video description, and it should send you to the Spotify page, the first episode. In addition, I actually just uploaded it on Pocket Cast as well, because that's a service a lot of people really like to use. And I'm working on getting it on Apple Podcasts in addition to Google as well. But Google's in like a weird transition right now where they're taking out Google Play Music and they're just doing YouTube Music. So for the time being, it's on Spotify, Pocket Cast, soon to be Apple Podcasts, and then I'll upload it on YouTube as well. But yeah, this is just a podcast I started where I was like, you know what, let me just turn on the mic, record it, talk about some stuff. The first episode was my humble beginnings on YouTube, you know, how I got my start, because everyone's really interested in my journey. And so I just gave like a little tiny deep dive into that. And then as I was recording, I was just like, why not call it the Deep Dive Podcast? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did. Patreon members get access to the episodes 48 hours early. And yeah, that's everything I got to pimp out right now, you guys. You know me, I'm not that type of person to really go hard on these whole shticks. If you want to support the channel through super chats or joining the YouTube memberships or Patreon, that's all on you. I'm rocking with y'all because you rocking with me, and we just keep it moving, man. We have a couple of super chats to get through right now. So we have a $1.99 super chat from JetLife504. Yo, Neo, do you game on a monitor or a TV? I actually game on both. So when I'm gaming on my PC, of course, I have a monitor set up here, because I really do like the low latency that exists. And just in general, with the confines of my setup right here, I can't really have a big old TV, at least a TV that I'd want to play games on. I think it's okay because if I'm sitting right here and I have like a nice 32-inch, 28-inch, whatever monitor, it's good enough. But when I'm gaming on my entertainment setup, which is over there, I go ahead and I game on a TV. That's how I play all my console games. And then if I ever wanted to experience a PC game in 4K, I would just move my PC over and then plug it in. But yeah, primarily I do like to game on monitors, just because it's like low input lag, low latency. You know, you have the higher refresh rate that comes with it. TVs are good for the majority of things out there, but I don't know. There's just nothing beats a nice, sexy monitor, man. I don't know. It's strange to say that, but that's that. And then we have a $10 super chat from the homie Brian. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on the Haruhi Suzumiya series? I recently finished the movie and I really enjoyed it. I remember I first heard about it in your anime collection video from 2012. Woof, Brian taking it way back. Yeah, the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. It was kind of like one of those animes that came out in a zeitgeist in like the mid 2000s where it's like everybody knew about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even people who didn't watch anime religiously, they heard of that because it had the really catchy song and the dance and, you know, just talking about the show and what it was. I really enjoyed it. The thing about Haruhi, though, is that I needed to watch it a second time to really, like, fully appreciate and understand what it was going for. Because if you look at it on the surface level, it's just a show about people in high school going through some high school stuff, and then there's so many more layers attached to it when you start doing like your deep dives. But I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It has been a few years since I've watched it, so I don't know if the lens in which I viewed it, 10 years ago is going to be very different than now in 2020 going into 2021. But I had fun with it. I thought it was cool, and I'm glad you enjoyed it too. And then we have a $5 super chat from the homie Purified Storm, also known as Grant, big supporter of the channel. Moment of silence. RIP to Mac Miller 2 years ago today. By the way, bro, you still got to stream and finish Banjo-Kazooie, Tooie, Conquer, and Sonic 06 still, sir. Yes, I know. I've been a little slacking when it comes down to the streaming of games. I apologize for that, guys. I think it was a case of me underestimating just getting back into the swing of working both jobs and the time frame that having those jobs, like what it would do to your free time, because you would have to do the YouTube stuff and everything else. So it was just so much. And I was like, oh my God, how do I wrap my head around these things? But, I've worked out a new schedule where I can legit stick to it and have those streams. They are going to be more centralized and focused on my days off. So I'll be streaming like multiple times a day, like where I do like 1 hour of Banjo. Then a few hours later, I'll do like 1 hour of Neo 2 and stuff like that. That's definitely going to get down, and I'm sorry. Like, I really apologize for people who donate to play games and I haven't done it yet. It was literally just the past like 3-4 weeks. It was crazy. But yeah, it's been 2 years since we lost Mac Miller, and it's so strange because I was looking on my time hop and I was just like, no way, it has not been 2 years. But it's true. It's true what they say. The older you get, time just flies by you really freaking quick. Like I remember when it was my 25th birthday. You know what I'm saying? And that feels like it was so long ago, but at the same time, it felt like it was just yesterday. So, God, man, he was great. He seriously was. Man, damn, that really low-key kind of got me in a bit of a mood. Because then I started thinking about him. And I started thinking about all the other deaths that have happened since and beforehand and around the time. So, speaking of death, I think it wouldn't be. I feel like it'd be kind of disingenuous for me to not speak on this situation. I think many of y'all already know what I'm going to talk about. It was kind of like a weird segue into it, but it's literally been on my mind every single day since it happened, and it's only been a week, man. So, as I'm sure many of y'all know, Chadwick Boseman passed away last weekend. For those who don't know, who are unfamiliar with Chadwick Boseman and his body of work, Chadwick Boseman, he's played a lot of characters throughout his tenure. He played Jackie Robinson. Played James Brown. To a lot of the people in the fandom, they knew him as King T'Challa, the Black Panther. And we learned last Saturday night that he had been fighting cancer for 4 years. And at first, when I heard it happen, I didn't want to believe it because I was at work. And I remember I was kind of frustrated because you guys know at my second job, I work at a restaurant. And I had gotten the last table. You know, these people had come in 4 minutes before we were about to close. I was like, oh my fucking God, are you serious? And then I went into the back room and I just pulled out my phone, and that was the first thing on my Facebook. It was just Chadwick Boseman dead at 43, cancer. And it was a photo of him in Black Panther when he was, when he came back from the dead and he was going to fight Killmonger the second time. You know, he's like, I didn't yield. And then I thought back to a few months ago when he did this video of him talking about Jackie Robinson and just all the amazing work that Chadwick Boseman has done for the community. And just looking at him and his face and how gaunt it looked and how skinny he had become. At first I was thinking, yo, is he prepping for like a new movie role or something? You know, is he losing a lot of weight? Like, what's going on, man? And then I didn't want to think about it, but I had gotten flashbacks from when my aunt passed away. As you guys know, my aunt passed away 4 years ago due to cancer. And that's when I started to break down, because both of their situations were very similar, because they both hid the fact that they were fighting this by themselves. So when I had heard that Chadwick Boseman had been, he kept this a secret from everybody. I'm talking like everybody, you know, some of the closest people that we would think he has in his life, they didn't know. So just to see him go through that battle, all the while he was doing movie after movie and just giving back to the world, it just reminded me a lot of my aunt and how she was just such a selfless human being, even though she was fighting her own personal demons and then dealing with the cancer. And it broke me, man. Like I didn't, because there have been celebrity deaths that have really affected me. Like, you know, when Robin Williams passed away, I legit cried. When Kobe passed, I can't, I couldn't even put it into words. And then with Chadwick Boseman, I think it hit differently, you know, not just because of what he was doing, but with how I saw so much of my aunt and what she was going through and how she hid the cancer away from us, her family. It just, it hurts a lot, man. Chadwick Boseman, I've always looked up to Chadwick Boseman. I mean, as an actor, I was a big fan of him, you know, long before he was T'Challa. But what I loved about him is that he was he was the textbook definition of, yo, I'm just gonna do what I do and mind my own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't over here getting himself involved in drama, no controversy, like, you know, just the crazy shit you be hearing celebrities getting into. He was very much about his business. You know, I'm going to do this movie. I'm going to do this role. I'm going to flex my creative muscles. And at the same time, I'm going to give back to people. You know what I'm saying? Because what they did for me, what Phylicia Rashad and Denzel Washington did for me, I'm going to do that for everybody else. Like, he was that type of like selfless, noble, regal person that even if you really didn't know him, you couldn't help but admire this man for what he was doing. And the fact that someone of his caliber is gone, you know, we always say this when anybody passes away, it's like, it's such a tragic loss to the community. Like, we hear that shit all the time, but there was really nobody like Chadwick Boseman. And it legit, it hurts, man. Like, I went back and I rewatched Get On Up, not recently, but like, I think it was 8 months ago, and just the dedication that man brought to that role, like, it was just so evident in the first 10 minutes of the movie, man. Shit was beautiful, bro. But you know, it's like when my aunt passed away. I went through similar personal battles of losing people. He wouldn't. Chadwick would want us to continue his legacy, continue the fight, continue doing what we're doing, and being an honest and bold and noble and true to the very end. You know what I'm saying? And especially as a black person, black man living in America, I think he definitely opened up the conversation and the dialogue of really taking care of our health, because that's something that we as black people, for whatever reason, we like to avoid. You know, we don't want to do this because we don't trust doctors, or we don't like to we don't care, like, oh, I feel fine, so I'm fine. You know, we don't want to address that. We don't want to fight. We don't want to put ourselves in a situation where we have to fight. Chadwick would want us to be greater. And I can't get over this, man. Like, he was legit till the very end fighting. Like, he was ready. He was prepping for Black Panther 2. He was going to start his training in just a few months. It's heavy, bro. It's really heavy. But that's just life, you know, celebrating them in life, in death, and then after the fact, it's just a part of the process, and we just got to keep it moving, man. We just got to keep it moving, take all those lessons that we've learned from these amazing individuals and try to create a better tomorrow. That's what we can do. I think Chadwick would be happy about that. But yeah, I felt like talking about this for a bit because it had some personal, I had like personal ties to hearing that. But yeah, of course, in the aftermath of this situation, you've got all these people who are just trying to ape off of his death for clicks and views and all this crazy stuff, which is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely. I mean, this isn't anything new when it comes to the media and how they handle stuff, but you would think that people would have like common fucking courtesy, you know, like 2 seconds. This man just passed away and people have already done like 12 different videos. Oh, who's gonna inherit the cowl in Black Panther 2 or whatever. It's just, dude, it's disgusting. Like, it's seriously disgusting. Like, I feel as if somebody dies and you're doing a video about their death, whether it's like what they meant to you or you just talk about, hey, they died, don't fucking monetize it. Do not monetize it. I don't care if you coming on here on camera crying your tears out. No, you don't do that shit. And then to do multiple videos, like, the crazy part is that about all these videos that are coming out, a lot of this is news that we learned on the first day. They just have to divvy it up into different videos and they'll do it, you know, within the time frame so they can maximize the ad revenue and the view count. Like, a lot of people have wondered, oh, Neo, you know, you kind of slowed down on making some videos. Why? There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm not going to talk about something if it's not relevant, you know, like, oh, all these are just rumors. I'm not going to get on here and do a video and just say, oh, check out this rumor from this random person on the thread. It's kind of disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's terrible. Those type of people, the fake love, you know, it's just, man. Yeah. People are already selling their Black Panther Funko Pops. You know, they did the same thing with Michael Jackson. You're right, bro. Looper, yeah. I was trying not to call people out, Marcus, but you know, that's offender number one. And there's a couple of people. There's a couple of people out there too. Neo, I understand your frustrations. Look at it from some of his honest people who connect with him, though. His roles, his perspective, that's how they knew him. Yeah, that's the thing. And what's terrible is that people are now trying to like qualify the MCU cast on whether or not they actually knew him like that. Like, Elizabeth Olsen didn't do a tribute to him, like a post or whatever, and people are like, oh, she's canceled. But if you looked in the video, this girl has been crying her eyes out. And then you got all these fucking inbred children online who are saying, oh, no, she's fake, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you didn't even fucking know Chadwick Boseman, number one. She worked with the man for years, number two. And it's just like everybody wants to be judge, jury, and executioner for those things. It's like, I really hope these people never have to go through this shit in their lives. And then have someone else come to them saying, well, you didn't really know them, so why do you care? I get so pissed off when people try to qualify your relation with somebody. And yeah, like, I understand there's fakeness out there. I get it. But when there's someone who, you know, legit, you could have known them and they did know him, it's like that. I get pissed off at it because last year I had somebody in my personal life who passed away, you know, and I wasn't necessarily the closest to them, but out of respect for all the other people in my circle, I wanted to be there for them because I know they were a lot closer to that person. And then I had somebody come in here and try to say, well, why are you dedicating so much time trying to be nice to other people? You didn't even know this person. I'm just like, people just don't know common fucking decency. And it's terrible. We need to relearn some of these things. You know? People are worried about the wrong shit, man. But yeah, that happened to me last year, and like I don't get angry often. People will tell you this, but yeah, I saw red. But anyway, let's go ahead and change the topic. First things first, just because I didn't go ahead and do that, I want to give a big shout out to all the mods right now in the stream. We got Tech and Jin, we have Colin, we have Danix the Third. You know, thank you guys so much for doing what you do. Shout out to y'all. They keep this place very civil. And yeah, if y'all want to go ahead and start asking more of these questions, I'm going to do my best to answer it. It's crazy how Grant's Super Chat literally just brought us down this rabbit hole. That's insane. You have a tendency to do that. You and Colin have a tendency to do that. What's up, Neo? I just got Steam and it's awesome. Any games you recommend? Oh, that's great, J-Max. So when it comes to Steam, bro, PC gaming wise, every game that you would play on the consoles, I'd recommend getting it on Steam for the most part. You know, there are some janky ports, but just the performance you're going to get out of those games will be great. When it comes to exclusives on the PC, honestly, bro, they're very, I don't want to say they're niche because they have their big audience, but they're very specific. So there's a lot of MOBAs, there's a lot of strategy games. Most of the simulator games are on PC. You have a couple of interesting titles here and there like Vermintide and stuff like that. But for the most part, the vast majority of PC games are what's available on the consoles. And if you're looking for something that's not available on the consoles, but is outside of that very specific niche I was talking about, I'm not saying it's impossible to find it because it's not, but you got to get very specific because the PC gaming libraries, bro, we're into the thousands upon thousands. So honestly, I would say just whenever the next Steam sale is, probably the fall sale, stock up on some games, man. I'm telling you, it's just when you play on consoles your whole life and then you get a nice gaming PC and just you experience 60 frames per second on some of these games that were at 30, and then you have them in 1440p and you have all these advanced graphic options. It's so beautiful, man. Like I'm playing the Avengers and that game, like I feel bad for folks playing it on the consoles because that shit run like doo-doo, bro. When you play it on the PC, ugh. It's unoptimized. They still have to do some performance patches, but it's nice. Let's see. But yeah, so the podcast that I'm doing, it's going to be a bi-weekly thing. So I'll do like 2 episodes a month, and then every now and then I'll do some type of a special episode if there's something going on. So I'm recording the next episode this week, and the episode will be out on Friday. I'm thinking about making it like a Last of Us Part 2 discussion because I just finished up the game And I got a lot of videos that I need to do, man. I have to do one on that in addition to some of the other things too, man. It's crazy when you finally beat games. It's like, oh, I have more things to talk about. Podcast, yes, the podcast is happening, actually happening, Marcus. It should be going down this month. I want to say we're coordinating for it to be done on like the 26th. That's what it's looking like. Hopefully it stays the 26th. Oh, snap. It's Dude I Got Food 2's birthday today? Oh, happy birthday to you, brother or sister, whatever you are. You know, happy birthday to you. And if anyone's had a birthday in the past 2 weeks since we've done the podcast, happy birthday to y'all. Digital or physical for console games? I've got over 50 physical Xbox One games. I'm starting to lean towards digital for next gen, purely for convenience. Honestly, Alex, I prefer physical copies all the way because, you know, I'm a collector. Well, not really a collector, but I do like having it displayed on my shelf, especially if you get like nice special editions. But I'm not going to lie, bro. On my Xbox One, I only own one physical game, and that's Monster Hunter World Iceborne Deluxe Edition because I got it on sale. It was an Amazon goof for $20. It was a nice steelbook as well. But all my games on Xbox, whether they're Game Pass or I bought them, they're straight digital, bro. And I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like the games run quicker, console's quieter. You know, it's great, man. I mean, I think I'm still going to collect physical next generation for like the special titles. But if it's something that's like something I get on sale, you know, like Days Gone. I don't need a physical copy of Days Gone. I'll just buy that off the PlayStation Store. I think I'm going to do that for those games on sale. But for like the niche titles, Japanese games, of course, you know, with Nintendo games, it doesn't matter if it's digital or physical. That shit is still going to cost you a mortgage. I'm still going to go ahead and go physical, you know. I'm playing Persona 5 Royal right now. Oh, that is awesome, Zoidberg. I think I'm going to get back into that after I finish up Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, man. Greatness. Digital games can easily be removed. Yes, that is definitely the crutch. And that's why I'm kind of nervous for a lot of games. You know, like, look what's happening with the Super Mario thing. They're legit releasing a collection of games that's only available to buy for 6 months. 6 months, you guys. 6 months. And it's taken off the digital storefront. Bruh. Like, Nintendo... The sad thing is, Nintendo is going to keep getting away with this shit because people have already went out and pre-ordered 10 copies of it. That's all it is, man. I actually did a whole video on this, if you guys are interested, where I talked about it. But the Nintendo cycle, can you still play it after 6 months? Yes, if you've purchased it, Randy. But the Nintendo cycle is literally Nintendo's going to do what they want, and people are going to complain about it, but they're still going to buy it anyway. It's the same thing with Pokemon. It's the same thing with the Super Mario collection. It's the same thing with the Switch Online. You know? Nintendo does whatever the heck they want. They've got the smugness of Apple. They've got the brand loyalty of Apple. And then now they're pulling the artificial scarcity shit that Disney does with the Disney Vault. So, like, there's a ton of people I know who are like, yo, I hate the idea of this collection, but I'm still going to buy it because this is the only chance I get to. And for Nintendo, it doesn't matter what you think about it. If you go ahead and you buy it, that's it. So I always tell people, if you're going to buy it, you got to rep the hype. None of this, I understand it's a ripoff thing. No, you got to be all in 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter your reasoning behind it. You just got to rep it. They're the Apple of gaming. Oh, Nintendo is absolutely the Apple of gaming. Absolutely. Like, what other company exists right now that will do something and their fans will defend it? Like, Nintendo Switch just got digital refunds. Is it digital refunds? Yeah, digital refunds, canceling your pre-orders in 2020, almost 2021. Sony and Microsoft, they can do something that's so minor and basic, and people will say, and they'll cry, anti-consumer. Nintendo is out here charging you $20 for online for no reason. For no reason. They don't need to. Like, tell me why the Switch Online needs to be $20. At least with Xbox and PlayStation, okay, I can see why. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I can see why. Their servers run a hell of a lot better than Nintendo's do. And yet Nintendo is charging for what? Cloud game storage, the ability to play Splatoon online, Smash Bros. Ultimate. That online is still busted and broken. But Nintendo, they got $20 a year to fix their servers. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, like, people always cry and they say Sony's anti-consumer, Xbox is anti-consumer, and then literally Nintendo does all these things. Well, it's okay because Nintendo is not my main platform, it's my secondary platform, so I don't get. Bro, I'm telling you, that Nintendo drug is so real. It's so real. And listen, we're all guilty of it in some way, shape, or form. We all are, because I'm over here, I'm complaining about the Mario collection, right? Listen, timestamp this. I'm complaining about the Mario collection, but if they came out here with a Zelda collection, which came with Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, and then, like, I don't know how they do this, but they brought Ocarina of Time 3DS over and Majora's Mask, and they put that shit on the Switch. Oh, you know I'm buying that. So I'm complicit in this. Because I love Zelda. I'm going to do that. So I'm not going to sit here and make fun of Mario fans because I know the exact same thing is going to happen when Zelda comes out. And I'll be like, yep, I'm going to get this. So we're all our own worst enemy when it comes to Nintendo. We're all our own worst enemy. We really are. But it's just so, like, can you imagine if the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was only available for 6 months? Bro, 6 months for a collection of ROMs that aren't even full remakes. $60. Yeah, exactly, Asbel. You can't use your PlayStation 4 controller for PS5 games. That's anti-consumer. But Nintendo coming out here with this Mario. Yo, I'm going to tweet that right now. I am going to tweet that right now. Hold on. What's something else what is something that people have said Xbox is anti-consumer for when they're really not? Because I'm making a post. I'm trying to think, like, what people have said Xbox is anti-consumer for. Something dumb where you're just like, wait, what? Game Pass being on PC. Hey, what's up, Gabe? How you doing? AA batteries in 2020, anti-consumer. Oh God, that is right. That is right. Game Pass is anti-consumer. Oh my Lord. I can't with people, man. Everything is anti-consumer. This stream is anti-consumer. Game Pass is anti-consumer because you're renting games, bitch. Oh God. Won't the limited run of 3D All-Stars make them lose money since Nintendo games sell well years down the line? I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. Well, here's the thing, Zoidberg. If they can get all of those sales in a matter of 6 months, I mean, are they really losing money like that? Because for them, bro, it's different if it was the budget put into, let's say, Odyssey, you know, a new Mario game, and they only sold for 6 months. These are just ROMs. They probably spent like $6 on this, and they're selling it for $60. So I think they'll be you know, that artificial scarcity shit. Chie's anti-consumer. Yo, Patrick, excuse yourself right now before I ban you, brother. Oh, God. No Chie disrespect. You tell him, Marcus. You tell him. Dimwit Monkey, what's up, brother? But hello to all the new people who are coming in here. Hey, guys. How you doing? How you doing? God bless. Neo, I'm sorry to say, but you are anti-consumer. I am very much so anti-consumer. I'm telling you. Yo, all right, here, okay, listen, let's talk about these battery. Yo, people say that Xbox controllers having batteries in 2020 is still a problem. I'm going to be real with y'all. Ever since I got my Xbox One, I completely understand why Microsoft still uses batteries. Because I have a PS4 controller from the beginning of the generation. That thing only lasts for 5 hours. An Xbox controller, it don't matter how many different batteries you use, whether you use standalone batteries or battery packs, that thing is still going to hold a charge in 20 years. So I get it. I get why they do that. Should they have included a rechargeable battery pack? Yes, but that's probably a logistic thing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of nice. You don't have to wait for it to charge. Yeah, it's true. Yo, and let's just talk about this goat for a second. This goat right here. I don't care what y'all say. This controller is one of the fucking best. I love it. I've been using it on my PC. And oh man, this shit. I just be chilling like this. Yo. Oh, take it easy, Nathaniel. Thank you for coming to the stream. How long is the PS5 controller battery life? They haven't confirmed it, but they said it's going to be substantially longer. So if that controller, if that controller can get like 15 hours of battery, I'm aight. Because this PS4 controller, 5 to 8 hour nonsense, you know, I ain't a fan of that. The DualShock 4 is amazing. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I know. So I'd be saying, is that like a black thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd be saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It just comes out of my mouth sometimes, and I just don't even be knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the Switch Pro controller is very good, but it's also $70. But realistically, though, the DualShock 4 and the Xbox controller, they're close to 70. They're like 65. So you're right. That's true. Nintendo is over here doing the most, and you getting the most. Hey, Julian Harris, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. My day's been good, man. My day's been good. You know, had a nice workout, got myself some edibles, ate some dinner. I'm good. Yes, the Elite V2 controller is the shit. I love it, man. I love it. Are you getting the Series X? I will eventually be getting the Series X, y'all, but bar something crazy happening, I don't think I'm going to get a Series X until they stop putting out games for the Xbox One. Because I have my Xbox One here. It's great. I love it. There's nothing that's really compelling me to buy the Series X at launch. Now, if I had an OG Xbox from 2013, I would definitely upgrade. But me, myself, and I, it's like, what am I really buying the Series X for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my PC so I could play multiplats at all different kinds of settings. If they gave me more options for graphical settings on consoles, I think I would be inclined. But as it stands right now, to me, the Series X launch comes out like a Xbox One X 2.0 launch, where it's like an amazing console, but there's really nothing to stress it. So, yeah, for me, it just, the PS5 looks a hell of a lot more interesting. Got that SN30 Pro Plus, arguably better than the Pro controller. Oh, it's very good. I love this controller, man. For everything except 3D games. I can't play 3D games on this because the analog sticks are way too close. But it's very comfortable for every other type of game I play, man. Like, everything. I mean, I like this and I like the Pro controller too. So I go back and forth. Whenever one dies, I switch to the other. But they have such great battery lives on it. So it's kind of like, you know. Yo, they gotta announce the price for these consoles like this month. Oh snap, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. I know how you feel, bud. I lost my 2 twin aunts and my cousin to suicide a few years ago. Chester Bennington and Nipsey Hussle's death too. All 5 destroyed me. Yeah, bro. The crazy thing I think that I had to deal with as I've gotten older is the fact that the people around me were also getting older. And I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but, you know, the past couple of years I've been losing a lot of family. You know, a lot of aunts and uncles. And I never really thought of that as a kid because you think like, oh, we're all going to live forever. You know? Oh, you know, I'll live to 100. And then just dealing with all that. It's tough. It's definitely tough, Grant. It definitely is. Like processing death. I don't think I'm still over my first time processing death. Like my first time really, really dealing with a death was when my aunt passed away. Like that was when it legit hit me. And then we have a $5 super chat from Gustavo Bravo. I'm building up my Ghibli collection so far. My favorite is Kiki's Delivery Service. I'm personally hyped for Mario Sunshine Rise for my second playthrough. Oh, man. We talking about Ghibli stuff? My all-time favorite, I know it's cliche, is definitely going to be Princess Mononoke. Love it to death. Love Spirited Away. The Ghibli catalog, I mean, there are no movies there that I hate. There are just some that I dislike more than others. Kiki is a classic, though. And Mario Sunshine, bro, it's going to be nice to revisit it. It definitely is. After so many years. Neo, should the government or society make a rule that people can't be judged from past actions if you've changed? Well, I don't know realistically how they're going to enforce that sort of thing, because I feel like that falls on people, because there are just some things that I'm just going to be honest. Some things you can't forgive people for. You just can't. There's just certain things that are like, no. But then again, how do you qualify and quantify that? Because for some people, it might seem like a big deal. To others, it might be nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like a slippery slope area there. So I don't think the government should really get involved with that, because again, it just comes down to how that dealt with the person. Let's see. I wish the PS5 was all black. I do too. I mean, I don't mind white consoles, but they dirty and they don't age as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very basic, but I love the design of the Xbox One X. It's very simple, low profile. You know, it's like, this thing ain't gonna look funky in 20 years. It's fine. That PS5, unless they got some type of new coating, I don't know, man. It might be spooky. Take a shot when he says, no, I'm saying, yo, I'm sorry. It just comes out like that. That's what he said. Should next-gen consoles be delayed to next year? I don't know where this conversation is coming from all of a sudden. Like, a lot of people are just saying, you know what this started? When Halo Infinite got delayed, everyone just started saying, oh, well, they should just delay both these consoles then. You know, like, they got to delay these systems. They got to delay them. Like, if we were delaying systems based off of the launch lineups, every system in history would have gotten delayed. I don't understand that. I mean, I guess I can understand, given the current times, living in the pandemic and how that's going to happen. Yeah, but realistically, you know, we got to keep the show moving. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, there I go again. We got to keep things moving. So, what's the difference in them launching the console in November versus them launching the console in, let's say, February, 3 months later? So I don't really like as we've seen with games, people are still going to go out there and buy games. You know, people are still going to go out there and buy stuff. And judging by all these Amazon charts and all these other websites, people are still buying things. You know, so with a lot of people out there who are going to buy the systems at launch, I think they still are. So I don't necessarily see that. I think it just comes down to what you, the consumer, see in terms of value. But the thing is, people said this same thing last generation. Oh, these consoles have nothing available at launch for me. These consoles, like, they're pointless. Like, what's going on with them? And then look what happens. The PS4, like, people just need to shut up and stop acting like activists, thinking like, oh yeah, you know, they need to delay these. Yep. When these people were saying that, oh, consoles are going to die next gen. Like, PS4 is not going to be a success. No, it's not. That's why I keep my mouth shut when it comes to these things. That's why I don't get paid money to make these predictions and all that. You know, the irony is a lot of these people aren't even getting paid. They just be talking. Oh, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. All Kendrick Lamar fans, this is not a drill. New Kendrick album coming this month. And 90% sure he was seen shooting a music video in LA. Yes, new Kendrick music is always a plus. That's all I can say. But I mean, I don't mind it. Like, I'm excited for both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I want them both to come out because it's time. It's time for us to get new systems, man. It's time. We have a $2 super chat from the homie Marcus Doyle Terrell. I don't know how I keep missing your stuff. You know what it is? It's all those years of shit talking you did. That's why it happened, bro. It's coming back. But no, I'm just terrible when it comes to keeping up with these. I'm sorry, Marcus. Obito Uchiha is a simp, just to let y'all know. Oh, yeah, man, this is a fact. This is a freaking fact. Anyone who's denying this, the reason why he's saying this is because there's probably people denying it. Obito is a simp. Like, we know, man. A lot of characters in Naruto are simps, to be honest. In Mexico, there was a problem with the PS4 having their Rings of Death, the blue line, but I don't know how they managed to cover this up. Yeah, there was a problem with the PS4 in the beginnings at launch when it came to that the blue lights, but it was a very small issue across the board by comparison to some of the other things we've had, because all these consoles will have some issues. Oh, take it easy, CJB. Neo, do you think Xbox has a chance to outsell PlayStation thanks to probably having the cheaper console, Xbox All Access, Game Pass, and Sony has a limited console supply? I'm just going to be honest with you, Caleb. There's no way Xbox is going to outsell PlayStation. There's absolutely no way. It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell y'all why. When has Xbox ever outsold PlayStation? I'm talking legitimately across the board. Outsold them. It's never happened. They came close to it with the 360. Why? Because PlayStation shot themselves in the foot, releasing a console for $600 with no compelling software. They were on a very arrogant place they were coming from, and they thought their shit didn't stink when it did. So Xbox capitalized on that, and even with the red ring of death, they were still the preferred platform to go for. Nowadays, it's a little different, but it's still the same. The only person that can defeat PlayStation, I'm talking defeat PlayStation in the console sphere of going head to head, two systems similarly priced, is PlayStation. That's just the way it is. And it's not a fanboy argument to make. It's just, it is what it is. Like, Xbox this generation has done so much goodwill to get back into gamers' good graces. All the price drops, the slim consoles, the revision, the Game Pass, like giving Xbox away for free, essentially. You go to Best Buy, you buy a TV, you get a free Xbox. They've done so much. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to games. And PlayStation has those in spades. Whether people want to say it's just multiplats, there are games that aren't available on Xbox. A lot of Japanese support. That whole market right there, Japanese support. That's on PlayStation and Nintendo. It's not on Xbox. You know, look at Europe. You know, a lot of people gravitated back towards PlayStation this generation. Xbox, for the most part, is only concentrated in North America. It's got some places out there, but it's mainly North America. So, I don't know. You know, maybe when they start getting more compelling games, people will start looking into it, but that's going to be a very gradual. It's not going to be this overnight thing like Fable drops and everyone's going to go out and buy an Xbox. It's not like that. You know, you have to build up the brand and the legacy attached to some of these games. Like PlayStation this generation, the fact that almost all their exclusives have sold 10 million. You know what I'm saying? You know, like all those games like Uncharted, God of War, like all those games selling like crazy. It's because they established those franchises and they made people excited for these games. Like Horizon is a new IP and it just did gangbusters. It's because they've got compelling games, whether you like them or not, whether you want to admit to it that this is your type of game, you can't downplay them. And this is what I try to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Xbox needs these compelling experiences. They don't need an over-the-shoulder third-person action hack and slash game. They don't. They just need games for people to get excited. It doesn't matter if they're on PC. They could just be on Xbox and PC, and people will still be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get an Xbox to buy it." You want to know why? Because some people just don't want to deal with PC gaming. So I don't know. You know, like people like to say Game Pass is their advantage. That can only work if they get a lot of multiplats day and date on Game Pass. Like if they had Cyberpunk on Game Pass day and date, like that would be a big move. But Game Pass is, even though I love it, it's just renting games. And for some people, they don't care about that because they're just like, I can subscribe to Game Pass for $15 a month, or I can get this game when it goes on sale for $5. You know, like some people, that's just how it is. So while I view Xbox as a brand that has value, I can totally understand why people will look at it and be like, so I'm buying an Xbox just to subscribe to Game Pass and play a rotating library of games. Some of them will come off the service. Some of them will be added on. So it's just one of those things, man. Crackdown 3. Exactly. Crackdown 3 should have been that game. Scalebound should have been that game. Quantum Break should have been that game, but they were all just mediocre, you know? So I think the Series X will outsell the Xbox One. I don't see why it shouldn't. I think it just comes down to how Microsoft is going to position this console and the software, because the software is key. The software is paramount. Quantum Break was not fire. Let's just not. Any game that game, nah, fam. I ain't trying to play a game that I gotta watch what I did. Nah, fam. That game. Have you seen Bill and Ted before? Yes, I have. I've seen both the movies. I have to check out the third one. And I heard it's actually decent, so I'm excited. I'm gonna probably get it when it comes on a streaming service because I don't want to pay $25. I'm cheap. And I know I could sail the high seas, but I don't feel like doing that. Bro, Neo, how's your day? My day is good, Vince. How's your day, brother? How's all y'all's day going? Nah, bro. Uncharted does not make you watch a movie, a TV show version of what you just did, bro. Nah, it does not, bro. Don't even feel no hate. Have you played Tell Me Why? I started it, but then I got engulfed in Wasteland 3, and I was like, I like Wasteland. Hey, what's going on, Pierre? My brother from another. Hey, Neo, do you find it weird that Xbox is showing up in Tokyo Game Show? No, I'm actually excited for that. I want Microsoft to really focus on Japanese support. I don't care if that means them getting out there and money hatting for ports. Bring all those Japanese games to Xbox, because even if they ain't going to sell, I want them on there, because some people are going to look into some of these games. Like, could you imagine what will happen if in that Tokyo Game Show, Phil Spencer's just like, and we've partnered with our friends over at Sega and Atlas to bring the Persona series to Xbox. I need to really turn off this freaking autofocus. I'm so sorry, you guys. Let me do that right now. If they brought Persona to Xbox and they had Persona 4 and 5, I'd be like, yo, this nigga Phil Spencer, the GOAT. I don't care if it's a port. That'd be lit. That would actually be insane if he brought Persona 3, 4, and 5 to Xbox. But knowing our luck, it's going to be Persona Scramble or something. Some dumb shit like that. Oh, God. What are your thoughts on The Last of Us 2? I saw your Twitter, and it looked like you really liked it. Yeah, so I'm going to do a whole video on it. But in general, The Last of Us 2, I actually really enjoyed it. There were some things I had nitpicks with. Like, I was not a fan of just the back and forth with the storytelling, the narrative. I wasn't really feeling that. But I liked it. I got what they were going for with the story. I understood from both characters' perspectives, and it was fun. Like, the gameplay in that game is amazing. It's so good, and the attention to detail Naughty Dog has yet to be matched. So I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. I liked it. I know it's not the popular thing to say on the internet because apparently everybody hated it, even though it's one of the highest completed games on PlayStation, which is so weird because I thought everybody hated it and dropped it. We have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. Series X will be equal to the PS4 by 2027. We should have 30 top-selling Xbox ecosystem exclusives and even more studios. That's the goal for Xbox. I don't know what business meetings you've been sitting in, Grant, but 2027, bro, that's 7 years. I'll probably have a kid by then. I'll probably be married by then. We can't be sitting here saying, wait till 2027, we're going to have that Xbox heat. No, bro, we needed that Xbox heat in 2017 when the One X launched, and in 2020 when the Series X launched. Nah, bro. Nah, fam. We can't be. Nah. Wait till 2027, bro. 2027, I'll be in my mid-30s. No, not yet. I won't be in my mid-30s. Yeah, but nah, fam. We cannot be having that. Nah, fam. We listen. Xbox, we can't just sit here and hope for the best. They got to show it to us. They got to bring us that heat, bro. And so far, it's 2022, 2023, maybe. I'll take 2025. Jesus. When you turn on the PS5, it sounds nice. We're going to turn on the PS5, and then it's going to tell us how much the system costs. Because we ain't getting that price anytime soon, y'all. They literally make YouTube movies from Sony exclusive cinematics. So many of the exclusives have more video and QTE events than actual gameplay. I don't know what game you're playing, but try playing The Last of Us Part 2 and just try running through that. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. Like, this is one thing I hate when people say, oh, Sony movies, all their games are just movies, interactive movies. I'm like, yeah, no. I implore people to run and gun through God of War, Last of Us, those type of games, and watch how you get your ass beat. Like, no. Like, Bro, seriously, try doing that in Spider-Man. Try just literally tapping square. Don't do any type of dodges, no counters, none of that. Nah, fam. Oh, take it easy, dude. I got food. GTA 5 is going to be around until 2030. Yo, Dakota, we're going to be playing GTA 5 when we in the nursing homes. Same game. Oh, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. I thought the PS4 took from 2013 to 2020 to have 30 amazing exclusives and became the #1 selling console ever. No, but here's the thing. PlayStation already did that with the PS1, PS2, and PS3. So it's kind of like we already knew the PS4 was going to be good. No one expected it to be this good. But Xbox, they're not really, the only thing Xbox really has right now is just the first half of the 360 generation when they were firing on all cylinders. We need to go back to that Xbox. We need that type of leadership where it's just like, yo, fuck you, we making all these deals. Fuck you, we coming out with these games. Like, we need that type of aggressive leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need that. I don't care. Like, I don't care what Phil Spencer got to do. If he got to go over there to BioWare and fund their new game, it's only on Xbox and PC, so be it. We need this, man. We need this. Yeah. Oh, I really enjoyed Last of Us Part 2. I did, man. Who started the whole Sony games or movies? Well, because someone made a meme template and they all were in a forest and people were like, oh, look, they're all the same games. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I will just implore y'all people saying The Last of Us Part 2 is a movie just because it has cutscenes. Bro, play that game and see how legitimately advanced that game is with his AI. Because that AI is insane. It is insanely intuitive. You know, and there's just so many things that you're playing through, you're like, damn, maybe if I approach this differently. And it's like, oh shit, it reacted. Bro, I will fight tooth and nail over people who say that shit. People say that shit and then they say Quantum Break is a great game. Nah, fam. Quantum Break, you're literally watching a TV show. Like, I turned off my controller and I was like, all right, here we go. 30 minutes. Oh, man. Nah, fam. What game doesn't have a forest? Bro, it's like every game has a forest now. Just like 10 years ago, every game had a snow level. Like MW2. I remember that. Podcast soon, Gabe. No more Let's Be Friends BS. Fight back. Exactly. They got to. Yo, Phil Spencer has got to start showing his fangs, man. Phil Spencer has got to stop virtue signal. I might do a video just directly at Phil Spencer. Like, Phil Spencer has got to stop this namby-pamby, kumbaya, my lord stuff. Because this ain't doing good shit for Xbox. You can't be hyping The Last of Us Part 2 but talking about Quantum Break. What? Hey, Neo, have you ever watched The Boys? If so, what are your thoughts? Yes, I watched the first season of The Boys. Have yet to watch the sequel. The second season. I really enjoyed it. To me, The Boys was like the perfect movie to come out. Wow, I'm getting everything confused. Perfect show to come out at the right time. And I loved it. And I remember finishing up the first season. I was like, okay, so how long until the second season? And I rarely do that for some shows. But for that one, I was like, yes. And the second season apparently is just as good as his first from the first couple episodes. So it's like, yes, I can't wait. Does anyone remember the Spider-Man games for Game Boy Advance? I vaguely do. I never played them, but I remember seeing them at Blockbuster. Do you play COD at all? No, I don't. I mean, I played Warzone for like 10 minutes one time. And that was it. I just play Call of Duty for zombies now. Zombies is my shtick, man. Zombies is my shtick. I love it. But hello to all the people watching. We've got 120 beautiful, beautiful folks. Give yourselves a pat in the back because you made it to Monday. Some chick just hit me up on Bumble. Let me see what she be talking about. Hold up. Let's see what she's talking about. Yeah, I started using Bumble because I'm like, at least this is interesting. Because on Bumble, if you match with a chick, she's got to say it. She's got to message first. Okay, but is she a baddie? Oh, I didn't even look at that. Which I really should be when I'm liking photos. I usually just check like the first or the second, and I'll see what it is. But let's see. She average. She ain't bad. She's average. Mr. Platnick. Never fails to disappoint. Let us see. Nah, I don't blast people like that. What's wrong with Bumble? Nothing's wrong with Bumble. He's like, that's a no, my boy. Yo, she got that thicky Vicky. I wish. Man, y'all killing me with this. Oh, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant, who says another $5 super chat from the homie Grant. How did you know what I'm saying? I hate you, Grant. I love you, though. Because I was literally like prepping myself. All right, here we go. Another $5. Oh, shit, he knew what I was going to say. This motherfucker, this guy. Neo owes me an apology for leaving me when you streamed on Twitch. Hey, awesome gamer. Listen, I apologized in that stream and in every other stream since. It's not my fault you chose to come in at the last 30 seconds. Neo on them dating websites. Hey, Brad. I mean, I'm on Bumble and I'm on Tinder, and here's the thing. Yo. Oh, damn, y'all coming in with all the support. Oh, hold on. All right, we'll get to that topic in a second. $2 super chat from Gamer Blaster. Do you think the live action Mega Man movie will be okay? Honestly, just judging how most video game movies have been, I don't have hope and faith. I mean, I don't even know if this thing is actually going to get made, because a lot of these things stay in development hell for like 80 years. But if they have a good crew on it and the story is all right, maybe, but just judging based off history, I don't know. And then we have a $5 super chat from Colin, my boy. I hate to bring down the mood here, but a close friend of mine told me that her aunt was recently diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Oh shit, bro. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My condolences. Seriously, like, it's a lot, you know. Just talking about cancer, because, you know, we had the conversation about Chadwick Boseman, and then we talked about my aunt. You know, we lost both of them to cancer. The important thing is just to be there for them. Be there for them. I can't speak. Be there for them, for your family, for everybody, and just spend as much time as you can with them. That's one thing I learned about from my aunt. I found out she had cancer weeks before she passed away. Literally just less than a month. So it's important to just be there for them at every step of the way. Oh man, my condolences, bro. Seriously. Oh boy, everyone's talking about the whole dating thing. So I'll work up to that. I just got to get myself back in the mindset. Thoughts on 60,000 subs? Oh, that's right, you guys. We have just surpassed 60,000 subscribers, y'all. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We're currently at 60,036. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do these videos for y'all. We have fun. It's a great time, and I'm just so happy that the movement is spreading, and there's just more people coming into this weirdo nation. You know, y'all are the freaking best. I just love kicking it with y'all on these streams. It's just so dope. Are you going to get Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories for Switch or PS4? I'm going to eventually get it, probably for the Switch, but I'm going to wait for it to be like $20. Because I ain't going to be spending no $60 on a rhythm game. That's just that's a little too much for me. Dirt 5 got delayed to November 6th, which is the rumored Series X release date. Do you think this confirms anything? I've been hearing the November 6th thing thrown around a few times, and when you start seeing similarities from all these reports, it's looking more likely. So, yeah. Let's see. Neo needs a barber with that beard. Yeah, I'm going to the barber tomorrow I got to get my hair cut, and I got to get this shaped up. But this is so far, y'all. This is from the past 3 months, which y'all know my struggle with facial hair. You know how it takes forever. So for 3 months, it's not the best, but you know it's getting there. I'm gonna keep growing it till like the end of the year. Well, until all this mask stuff gets situated. But yeah, I'm trying to get this full beard action going, man. Get that Kratos beard. Hey, we got the homie Dongo-san coming through with the $5 super chat. Oi, back from the grave, here to offer a $5 sacrifice to our Lord Neo. SoCal weather is getting better, but good Lord, the heat. It was 115 degrees the day before. Ouch. Bro, I was just talking about that with my brother and my sister because we just went out to go get drinks. And we were talking about how the weather here has been nice because it's been in the 80s, but it's been cool 80s. You know, it's not no humid 80s, no sticky 80s, which I know some people who live down south, they're just like 80 degrees. I wear a jacket for that, you know? But, oh God, 115 degrees, bro. I don't even want to leave my house. Hell no. Oh, Lordy. But, yo, anyone see how jacked Neo is on his Instagram? I'm not jacked, man. I just have a little bit of muscle, teeny bit of muscle. I try, man. I try. That's what I do. I eat, I go to the gym, I come back, I play video games. That's what I do, man. And I'm trying to inspire my fellow nerds and nerdettes, you know? Like, we can stay fit, active, and healthy, and then also attempt to play 200 hours in Persona 5. Not that I'm saying I finish those games in a timely fashion, but it's just literally, it's the thought that counts. Thirst Trap on Neo on Instagram. Yeah, I see him. Quaku. Even on Labor Day, this fucker Quaku has to just mess with my life. My African brother Quaku over here, right? This man don't want me to be great. This man Quaku, shout out to Quaku. I love this man so much. He actually is the person who sent me Tales of the Abyss on 3DS. Like, what was it? 7 years ago, Quaku? He sent me this. And this is actually one of my fondest gifts in my collection. Because, you know, I love Tales. And it was getting really hard to find the 3DS version. And Quaku was just like, here you go, bro. I was like, oh, thank you, man. But fuck that nigga Quaku, though. Seriously. Guys, like, I can't post nothing without him saying, oh, here he go, thirst trapping again. I remember I got a haircut and this nigga was like, thirst trapping. I was like, how? But I love Quaku. Quaku's my boy. He's so dope. Oh, God. Let's see. With the announcement of the 30 series GeForce cards, how do you feel about people comparing one component of a machine to an entire console? Honestly, I feel like that argument's pretty dumb. Like, people are saying, you know, like, this is the end of the Xbox Series X because I can go ahead and buy a $700 GPU. And I'm just like, how? Like, bro, everybody knows that PCs have always been drastically more capable than consoles. What it comes down to is the optimization and what these developers can do in some of these games. Because what Sony developers have been doing with a 1.8 teraflop system, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, what they were pulling off with that, like, how are you going to say that consoles don't matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally what the developers can do. PC, of course, you're going to get the better experience with frame rates and resolutions and graphical fidelity, but that comes at a price. You know, you have to put the money into it. Like, my rig right here cost me $1,100. Of course, I know I'm going to run games circles around consoles. I should. But I'm not going to sit here and tell people, you know, you can build a PC that's more powerful than the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Well, no, duh, of course you can. But what's the price for that? Some people just want to pay $400, $500, just leave it alone. There are people I know who literally buy one console beginning of the generation. They have it until the end. That's it. One $500, $400 purchase. So I don't, like, to me, it's like, oh, this is the end of the Xbox. Like, why? Well, because all their games are going to be on PC. So all you have to do is just buy this graphics card and build a machine. Okay, so let's think about that for a second. You buy this $700 graphics card. You buy all the other parts of the rig. Let's just say you spend $1,200 on a nice rig. Great rig, good SSD, all that stuff. You're still buying Xbox games from Microsoft. So they're still winning. Yeah, you're not buying their console, but they're still making money. Whether you buy the game on their store, subscribe to Game Pass, or you buy them on Steam. And there's still going to be people who are going to buy the console because they want to get on the consoles. People are just done with this shit. So I'm like, yo, I ain't even going to talk about it, man. It's just, man. I don't know, bro. People just... It's just like, why y'all still subscribe to this console war shit? Some of y'all are in your 30s and your 40s, man. Oh, we have a $10 super chat from Colin, my boy. What do you want and wish for in a Persona 6? What do you think Atlas could do to improve upon it and make it the top Persona and make it top Persona 5? We need to have an hour-long discussion on this topic. Honestly, we do. This is a whole discussion worth having. I think I want to bring on Jamil for this one because he's also a big Persona fan. But what I off the top of my head, what I would love to see in Persona 6 is I want to see a change of setting. We got to get away from the high school setting. We got to. We've been there for a few games now. We've done all we can. We need to move into a different sphere. What I would say we do with Persona is if we still want to keep that whole like that similar setup of how you play the game, social interactions, you're all in the same setting, is have Persona set in some type of an office in Japan, you know, where they can go ahead and they can, you know, have all the interactions of it is them not living, but them working in an office together, the conversation and dialogue you can have on the working conditions in Japan, depending on the industry you're in. And you can still have your social links, your confidants, your things like that. And I think that's just going to make for an interesting dynamic. You know, I understand why they go for the whole high schooler aesthetic in anime and manga and video games. I get it. But at some point, I just want something different. I want them to tackle more adult themes. Not saying that they haven't already, because they have. If you've played any of the Persona games, they're very adult games. But I just like move us into that setting. Get away from the kid shtick. You know, give us more interesting and fleshed out characters of a different ilk, you know? So that's what I personally would love. I want them to do more of an adult thing. And if they want to keep it in school, okay, put it in college, but mix it up a little bit, man. You know, have some people who are freshmen, some people who are like maybe in a different graduate school, and then some people who've already entered like the workforce. You know, I would love for them to do something like that. So that's my very quick answer to your question, Colin. Let's see. $5 super chat from the homie Purified Storm. Should your homie G with the money use Bumble or Tinder? Oh, man. Honestly, listen. All right, you know what? Let's just segue into this whole dating app conversation. Because, you know, I've seen a lot of people just like, oh, yeah, let's talk about it. Because a lot of people just love hearing me talk about this shit, which is funny. So I'm no stranger to when it comes to these dating apps. You know, some people, they're like, why do you need a dating app? You're tall and you're black and you're not ugly. So why do you have a dating app? Well, because a nigga get lonely. That's basically what it is. And, you know, sometimes I want to test my luck and see what happens. Because, all right, I will say this, though. In very few select situations, I can see where a dating app could come into some use. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in a place where it's kind of hard to meet people, so you want to use the internet for that, all right, I get it. But if you are in a place, if you're a person who's in some type of densely populated area where you have a lot of diversity, not just diversity in skin color, but diversity in thought, you know, people with different ages and all that stuff, these dating apps are fucking trash, bro. I live in New York, right? And, bro, when I tell you, it's probably the same in all these other big places, but when I tell you, when you go on these dating apps, man, listen, this is what you're going to run into, okay? So you go on these dating apps. Let's just say, you know, you take good pictures for yourself. You have a good bio. You got good shit going on in your life, right? You go on these dating apps, right? You try to match up with any of these girls. Bro, every single woman on there thinks that they are worth 3 more points than they actually are. So if you have a chick who's average, she thinks she's like an 8. If you have a chick who thinks she's a 7, she's like a perfect 10, you know? And a lot of them are basically on there for attention. Because that's what it is. They go on there because they want to see how many guys they can get in their DMs. And when you're on these dating apps, they link their Instagrams and their Snapchats. So literally, they ain't even on these dating apps. It's just there for promotion. And I want to get you to go check out my other things. So, bro, this is like OnlyFans before OnlyFans. All right? So, let's just say on the off chance you do match with somebody, because it's much easier for women to match by comparison to guys, right? Let's just say you're genuine, you're a humble dude, you're not a fuckboy. Okay? You go up and you meet up with one of these chicks. You start talking. You be like, hey, you know? And then she messages back, hey. And you just start talking about shit. Bro, some of these conversations be the driest shit possible, man. It's just like, because you're trying to like feel the waters, test the waters to see how much of yourself you can throw into the conversation without, because with text, it's very hard to get really expressive without a lot of people taking it one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So with these conversations that we'd be having, bro, some of these chicks be having the most basic ass responses, and it's just not fun. And I'm like, what kind of guys are you really into? And then I search into their history, bro. These chicks, they want them the same old stereotypical fuckboys. You know, treat them like dirt. Don't be talking to them. Don't be replying to them, cheating on them. But they're just like, I love that nigga though, you know? So when you come on there and you actually try to be an interesting person and you're not a creep, they're just like, no, I don't like that. I'm gonna lose interest, you know? And it's just like, I hate the whole idea of these dating apps because people, they have all these ultimatums in their bios, you know? Like, listen, I feel like this is how you know you're going to get to some fuck shit. Hold on, wait. Neo, you're not supposed to have a conversation through text. You just get to the point and ask them out for drinks. That's the problem, Tenchi. You can't even get to that point, bro. Because let's say you talk to 10 girls, right? Eliminate like 7 of those girls for doing some crazy fuck shit. Then you're down to 3. Maybe one of them you'll actually be able to get to ask out for drinks. Because everyone else will be doing some fuck shit, bro. Because I'm very blunt to the point. I'm not like here teetering on the edge. Oh, should I not? Nah, I'm very blunt, but it's just like, nah. So here's the one thing I've noticed. Listen, everyone, we got to have love for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like body positivity. Oh, here we go. I'm going down that rabbit hole. Body positivity, all that stuff. Great. But when I see some of these women who be coming on here, I'm talking like big Berthas, like a deuce and a half, saying, you just got to accept all of this. And I'm like, no. What? Why should I remember this? All right. I am definitely going to get canceled for this. I know it, but fuck it. Whatever. I remember, I think it was a few years ago. I think it was on Tinder Social or something. It was like basically a version of Tinder where you can just like talk to people, not necessarily meet up. Well, it was like, yeah, it was like meeting up with people without the whole, oh, I'm gonna like you and then you gotta like me back. So it's just a way to make it so like you can meet up with people in your area who are going to spots. Neo exposing himself as a piece of shit. This is news. Man, Gabe, get out of here. So this one chick hit me up, right? She hit me up and I was just like, ooh, someone hit you up on Tinder. Great. Right? I look at this chick's profile, bro. When I say she was like a legitimate 300 pounds, she was legitimately 300 pounds. And I could see that in her face. Because she was doing the very clever, and you see this a lot in Tinder profile pictures, the very clever angles at which they take photos, right? They'll only do like half of their face, and it'll be from the same angle in every single photo. Never full body pics. Never none of that. So I could tell, judging based off those photos in her face, I was like, this ain't right, right? And she was like 5'2". If I can tell that you weigh that much and you're 5'2", that's a problem. So, you know, I was humoring her. I was just talking to her. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking, doing my business, whatever. And you know, I just asked her about. Yo, wait, what the hell are y'all laughing about? Oh, the Big Bertha comment and a deuce and a half. Oh shit, was that really that funny? I didn't even. Damn, I just said it. Yo. So literally we were just talking about her bio and she was literally like on the offensive because I mentioned like, oh, you know, you got like an interesting bio or whatever and all that stuff, because she was basically talking about how you just got to accept all this. And I asked her straight up, like, why do people have to accept that? And she was just like, well, because I feel like in society nowadays, you know, big girls aren't given love and la la la, and that's not true. Because if you look at a lot of black men, they go for bigger women. And all this, and it's terrible because all the media, and like they go through the same old song and dance pony show, the entertainment, and all that. Like the industry is so against big women. And I was like, okay, so I hit her with this. All right, yeah, definitely. We shouldn't be judging people based off that, you know, like we can't judge people based off their weight. Also, we can't, you know, judge people based off their height either. And I asked her like, yo, would you date a guy who's shorter than you? Would you date a guy who's 4'11"? I said that to her and she was just like, no. I said, why? Why wouldn't you date a guy who's short? Well, what's the problem with him? He could be the greatest guy in the world. He could have like $200,000 in the bank saved up. She's like, well, no, that's different because I don't want to, like, I want to wear heels and I don't want to have to tiptoe down. Tiptoe down, that's so weird. I don't have to lean down so I could kiss him. And then I was thinking something in my mind like, should I say it? Should I say it? I didn't say it. I just ended the conversation there. But I was thinking, I was just like, wear heels? Bitch, can your heels support your weight? Like, I literally wanted to say that. I was like, oh, shit, no, I can't do this. Someone's going to screenshot this conversation. But Yo, so that's what I just don't understand. It's kind of like they have everything on their bio that, oh, you got to accept all these things. But if the guy has any flaws or imperfections, it's like, no. He's got to have the six pack. He's got to have the big bank account. He's got to have the nice car. He's got to have everything. And he's got to accept all this. Why? Like, I'm just being real. Like, yo, if a person is taking time to work on their body, you know, they're losing weight, they're getting their mind right, they're getting their body right, everything, why should they have to accept someone who's not taking care of themselves? Honest question. I'm not saying, listen, I know some people are going to look at this and they'll be like, oh, you know, you're just very fat phobic. No, I'm not fucking fat phobic because let me just pull this up right here. Right? Let me just pull this shit up right here. This was fucking me 6 years ago. Right? People didn't notice it, but I had some weight on me. So for me to go ahead and realize that I needed to make a change, like, why shouldn't I want somebody who also will take care of themselves? You know, you show them this shit and they're like, oh, it's so inspirational. It's so amazing. It's so awesome. And then they demonize you because you want them to be better. We have a $5 super chat from Haruhi. I'm sorry, Akaruma. I know I butchered that. My apologies. You use dating apps instead of going up and talking to someone? No, I don't do that. I started out this thing talking about how I use dating apps because I was bored. But more often than not, you know, when you go out to a bar, you're like, you have a 97% better chance than meeting somebody on a dating app because you can talk to them the real and you can know if this is a dub or not. I was just humoring the idea behind dating apps. So yeah, it's like, yo, listen, I'm not saying you got to look like Miss freaking Universe supermodel, Miss Olympia or whatever. But man, some of these people, they just be thinking like we just got to accept everything. It's like, no. But I don't humor those type of people. So I don't know. And here's the funny thing, John Diaz. He says Neo versus Tess Holiday. Isn't Tess Holiday losing weight? Why would she be losing weight? Nothing's wrong with her. Everything is fine. Oh, I want to better myself. Okay, but weren't you attacking people for saying that you should better yourself? Like, people just be done with that shit, bro. But yeah, listen, I know people are going to say, oh, so you hate fat women then? No, you dumbasses. Like, y'all just look at that and you're just like, I knew it. It's just like, nah, fam. But let's see. Let's see some of the other things. Yeah, people be... No, listen, here's the thing. He said girls that be looking like Precious. Nah, fam. Ouch. Listen, all I'm saying, and I'll end off the conversation here. A lot of women out there be thinking they be thick with 2 C's when it's actually thick with 2 K's. That's what it is, bro. Yikes. Someone said Chad Neo. Oh, God. What do you think is the absolute latest these new consoles will reveal prices? Do you think it'll happen this month? I think, Mark, what's going to happen is we're going to go into the store, we're going to buy the consoles, and then 3 days later, we're going to get a credit card charge, and then we'll know the price for these consoles, because these motherfuckers in a game of chicken is too much. I don't know, man. I feel like on some level, I don't know why, but I feel like both of them could delay the consoles at any moment. And I think that's why they don't want to go out there and announce the price. I'm not saying that'll happen, but I have a feeling. Because at least if they delay it, it's like, well, you didn't know the price anyway, so why are you out of shape? Oh, God. But yeah, that's why with dating apps, I don't really be putting much effort into it. I'll check it like maybe once every day or so, see what it's looking like. That's why I like Bumble, because if the women don't put in the effort, it's just like, all right, nothing lost. But let's see. I just got a message back from this one chick on Bumble. She just asked, how's your night going? Going pretty swell. That's it. I'm just so basic. Chris was trying to talk to Freddie Jackson. Oh, no. Nah, this one chick, she's decent. She's decent. She's decent. She got a nice smile. If you got a nice smile, that goes a long way. Have you been to Delaware before? No, I have not. No Big Bertha? Nah, she ain't no Big Bertha. She ain't no Big Bertha. Oh, let me not. I've been too mean on the stream. I did go ahead and find. I almost got catfished. Well, it wasn't really catfished, but all right. So I was talking. It was years ago. I was talking to this chick on Tinder, and she did that same old side profile thing, man. You only have like this part of your face. So, we were just talking, and it was like a really good conversation. And so I looked at her, and I was thinking like, yo, she's got a nice, pretty face. She might have a little bit of weight, but that's okay. Bro, when I was curious, so I went on her Facebook to find her name. I found her name. Bro. Like, I was like, what? Dude, like I said, she hit a whole 250 pounds in another room, bro. I was like, oh no. Oh no, nah, bro. It was just a sight to behold, man. And the second that I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm done with Tinder. I uninstalled it. You can't be doing this. You can't be trying to catfish me. Listen, you gotta have a full body pic up there. It don't matter if you a guy or a gal. Full body picture, guys. None of this just sunglasses and beard shit. Full body, man. Yo, I'm telling you, it was like yikes in the other room, man. It was like, what, man? Like, I'm telling you, bro, just be careful. Just be careful, man. People, man. Listen. All right. Hey, Neo, what's up? How's it going? Sorry for being inactive. Been going through a lot of depression. Is there any way I can vent to you on? Oh, hey, Zook Master. Nah, take all the time you need, bro. It's all good, bro. If anything, hit me up on Twitter if you have Twitter or Discords, and we can talk about that privately. If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. Oh God. Yo. Listen, all I'm saying, love is love. I get it. I really do. But on some levels, you just got to be confident with the shit, man. Like, stop trying to deceive people. Stop trying to deceive people, man. It's terrible. But yeah, I ain't even no, that's thick with the K, card. That's a thick with the K, bro. We got to think about our kids with these big girls, man. Listen, all I'm saying is, at some level, we got to stop this whole body positivity shit and realize that this is actually affecting our health. Like, it's not like you're carrying 5 or 10 extra pounds. It's more than that. I'm gonna put 4.5 inches on my Tinder bio. Hey, yo, listen, hey, man, listen. It's not about the length. It's what you do with it. That's all I'm saying. Don't blue ball yourself, everyone. Hey, Neo, what are your thoughts on Nintendo being defended with the garbage practices? Spawncast, show me that there's people who will defend anti-consumer practices. Well, I haven't watched that Spawncast episode yet, but just from what I've seen, yeah, Nintendo is a different court of standards, man. It's different rules. Different rules apply to Nintendo. They get away with shit because it's nostalgia, and people are saying we should be grateful for it. Whereas if Sony did this with a God of War collection, oh, everyone would be on Sony's ass. Like, bro, do you remember how much flack Sony caught for The Last of Us Remastered being $60 on PS4, and then they brought it down to $50? People would not shut up about that. And yet, here we have Nintendo doing this shit, and it's just like, Tropical Freeze is $60 on the Switch when it was $50 on the Wii U. It's portable. Like, bro, Nintendo, I hate Nintendo so much at times, man. I don't mind my lady with a little meat on her bones, but I completely agree. I wouldn't go for a girl who doesn't take care of herself. Yeah, man, listen. It's fine. If you got a little bit of weight, that's okay. Because listen, I could not date a fucking shredded chick who's legit. First off, anybody who's that shredded has already got a lot of self-image issues in general. It's just a different direction. Because if someone is shredded to the point where their abs have to be popping all the time and constantly look in the mirror and they can't just go out and eat cake, like, listen, I love my wings. I love my desserts, and I can't be with a chick who can't eat, bro. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, I can't be with a chick who eats. Like, it's terrible. Do you pay when you use these dating apps? No, I do not do that at all. I don't. I think that's the ultimate. I mean, listen, for some, I'm not gonna say it's the ultimate simp moment, but for some people it works. For me, myself, and I can't do that. I can't bring myself to pay for a dating app. I cannot. Yeah, that's true, Ghost Rider. Funky Kong. Yo, we got to ignore the game talk about these girls. Well, Marcus is right. I mean, how many times can we talk about what do you think the PS5 and Xbox is going to cost? You know what I'm saying? That's true. Too muscular makes them Ansel Snuggle material. No go. Not necessarily. If they're legit one of these like crazy, like Olympic looking chicks, maybe. But girls got a little bit. Listen. Girls who have nice lower bodies, who have strong lower bodies. That's all I can say. Because this is a Christian live stream. I am a child of God. I've never even held a girl's hand before. So y'all got to stop with this crazy stuff. $5 super chat from Akarum. I keep butchering your name. I'm so sorry. What do you think about if PlayStation puts all of their games from PS1 to PS3 on PS Now if the console can't do it? Well, that's realistically what it's going to be. They're going to continue the PS Now streaming compatibility. Me, myself, and I don't care much about PlayStation Now. I really don't. I don't like streaming games at all unless it's included in the service by default. Like Game Pass, I'll fuck around with Game Pass streaming because it's already part of my subscription. But if I have to subscribe to something else, I don't know. And especially like latency that comes with a lot of those older games where, you know, it's like for a lot of those older platformers, they're very specific on your timing. So playing that when streaming, I mean, it wouldn't be like crazy. You won't need as much bandwidth by comparison to something like, I don't know, God of War, but still, I wouldn't do that. Do you think games, if they're good, like Avowed, Fable, Hellblade, Halo, Forza, State of Decay, Stalker, will be able to prove that Xbox has AAA quality experiences? Well, time will tell, simply. Time will tell. I mean, we had this discussion years ago saying that, yeah, you know, Xbox, they have all this heat coming, and we never saw that heat. It wasn't even a flame. It wasn't a spark. So Xbox has just got to prove it. Like, the games have to come out, and they've got to be quality. And they got to be good games. That's all it is. Are you saying this is a Christian YouTube channel? Yes, you guys are over here talking about all this crazy stuff. Talk about this wacky tobacco and the devil's lettuce. Guys, listen. This is a Christian YouTube channel. I host a Christian Minecraft server. And y'all are scaring me now. Y'all are scaring me. Listen, I've never even looked a girl in the eyes. No, man. Listen. What anime are you currently watching? Nothing currently right now. I finished up, I caught up to Kaguya-sama Love is War. I recorded my reactions to Vinland Saga, which I have right here. I just have to edit them together, but I'm trying to upload it where it won't get flagged for copyright. So I'm trying to find a way around that. So I finished both of those. And then, was I really watching anything else? Oh, Promised Neverland. I have one more episode for that. And those are like the 3 that I've been watching. But other than that, I've just been watching Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai, man. That's some good shit. Yeah. Yo, Vinland Saga. Like I know Asbel is a person of culture and taste and quality. Vinland Saga, I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Holy shit, bro. Is GOAT, man. It's definitely one of the best anime I've seen in like the past 10 years. Yes, y'all need to check out Vinland Saga. And Cobra Kai if you haven't. Cobra Kai took me by surprise. Because listen, I knew it was a continuation of Karate Kid, but, you know, I was tired of like, oh, them all doing sequels from things in our childhood 30 years later. But yo, Cobra Kai is, I think, the best way you can do that type of thing. You know, I love how because it didn't like glorify the Karate Kid movie. You know, okay, this person is justifiably good, this person is evil, and now we're just gonna show you the different side of things. No, it just shows that they're just people and they have their ups and their downs and they're not perfect. I was like, yo, this is awesome. Cobra Kai is what the Star Wars sequel trilogy should have been. Like, bar none, man. If you were gonna continue the story 30 years later with different characters inheriting things from a new generation but still involving the old guard, you should have done it like that, man. You should have done it like that. You should have done it like Creed. Bro, It's so good, man. Cobra Kai. Ugh, I can't wait for the new season, man. Are you excited for Shaman King next year? Yes, I am. I really hope they do justice to that. You've got HBO Max. I've been marathoning Studio Ghibli. Finished Spirited Away. That movie blows anything in the last decade in animation. I wouldn't say that because there's been a lot of good animated movies. Maybe not from like the big companies, but like Laika has done a lot of good stuff. You know, Kubo and the Two Strings, Paranorman, Coraline, Missing Link. They do some good stuff at Laika. We have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. I've been to a nude strip club 3 times, tried weed 3 times, and I asked out only 3 girls in person so far. What is it with you and threes, Grant? Is Halo 3 your favorite Halo game? Ponyo is the best Japanese movie ever made. Yo, wait, listen, calm down, man. Let's calm down. Marcus asked, Neo, what's your biggest simp moment? And don't lie, God is watching. My biggest simp moment? Oh, okay. So we telling on ourselves. What's my biggest simp moment? I'm legitimately trying to think. So I think my biggest simp moment is probably when of course it involved me trying to get my dick sucked. So that's terrible. My biggest simp moment. I'm because I've never like simped. All right. So I'll say this much. There was this one chick who I was talking to years ago, and she was talking to me about something she was interested in, and I guess in order for me to sound like I knew stuff about it, I went and I Googled things about it and learned a little bit of it. Spent a night doing that, and we was just talking to her about it, had this really in-depth conversation, and then she just ghosted me for no good reason, and I was like, fuck, I did all that work for nothing? I didn't even get my dick sucked? And then come to find out that this chick who she was hanging around with, this guy, ended up cheating on her. So it's kind of like, yo, maybe she just doesn't have the best taste in men. So it all worked out. God's plan, y'all. No, but you're right. This is a Christian YouTube channel. Listen, yo, you guys are just no. You guys, you're strategically plotting this. You're doing this so I can say things that don't actually happen. No, this is a Christian. I love that's the meme. This is a Christian channel alert. Nah. So I think the biggest simp moment was I was looking up something about, I think it was something she was into. I don't know if it was a show or a movie or whatever, but I remember reading up on something on Wikipedia and just talking to her about that for a whole night through text. And I got nothing from that. So I think that might be what it was. But I don't know. What about y'all? Any of your simp activities? I don't know. I've never like simping now, I guess, is subscribing to OnlyFans or, you know, simping for e-girls online. I've never done that. Chris's mom is clearly standing outside his door right now. Oh. Now, my mom is so funny because my mom is like, you know, just be safe about a lot of things. Do this, do that. You know, be safe. Wear a condom, you know. But at the same time, she's just like, yo, you got to throw hands if you need to, man. You know, fuck that bitch. My mom is so fucking dope. Like, my simp moment was when I did a girl's shopping with no reward on the table for me. Oh, no. Oh, pour one out for our brother. Pour one out. Pour one out. Oh, God. I simped before, but at least I got laid from it. Unfortunately, I didn't feel like myself. Yeah, when you're simping, simping doesn't do the body good, man. It's not a good vibe whatsoever. Do you like My Hero Academia? I do. I love My Hero. It is great. It's got awesome music, too. You should try a Christian dating app. I should try Christian Mingle or blackchristiansingle.com. My biggest simp moment, I locked myself out of my house today since 7:45 till 11:30. Current 9:30. Oh, no, Unity. I'm so sorry, bro. Neo, what game you used to love but now you hate? I wouldn't say I hate it, But there are just some games where I can't go back to playing them. So I play them as a kid, and then I try to play them as an adult, and I'm like, no, this ain't it, Chief. So for me, I don't hate the games. I don't hate the games, so don't get it twisted, y'all. I cannot go back and play the original Resident Evil. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't deal with those controls. If shit feels so janky, I just can't play it. Loved it when I was a kid, but I can't play that shit now. So that would be one. Final Fantasy VII. I was replaying that before the remake came out, and it holds up in a lot of ways, but just everything about traversing the overworld and just a lot of those games in that weird transitionary period from 2D to 3D, they don't really hold up that well. Have you tried the Resident Evil remake? If we're talking about for the first game, yeah, I have. It's better, but to me, RE2 remake is the gold standard. Like, if they could remake all the old games in that style, I'd be down with it. I got a few blowjobs at high school with my ex. See, I never did that. I was a very chill dude in school. Very chill dude. Now, I remember, bro, I remember there were people, there were kids having sex in the stairwell. And I was like, oh shit, what? I walk down that stairwell every day. What the hell? So I'm trying to think. There was people having sex. I remember in middle school, there were kids having sex. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? Yo, it was wild. Damn, yeah, no fucks were given, bro. I remember there was one time these kids were in an abandoned classroom like it's a survival horror movie. But there were these kids this guy was getting a blowjob and a teacher walked in on them. I was like, yo, what? Bro, when I heard all this shit, I was like, damn, son. But if I wasn't a child of God, Neo sex stories. Oh no, we talked about my sex stories before. Confession, I'm still a virgin. I can't relate. Hey, Scar Atlas, that's fine, bro. I was still a virgin until my early 20s, man. Trust me. It's okay. It's okay, man. And I tell that to people, and they're just like, are you serious? Like, there were legit people who, like, I was chilling with since, like, middle school, high school, and I told them that, yeah, I just lost my virginity, like, a few years ago. And they're like, what? Like, they didn't believe it, man. But honestly, I never, because for me, here's the thing. When I was talking to some of these girls, I just had a weird sixth sense, like, you probably dirty down there, you know? And this is the weird thing, because you would think to yourself, well, Neo, why are you talking to girls who are dirty? I was like, I wasn't, man, but I just had a feeling. Man. So I was like, yeah, no, let me not risk this shit. Especially with some chicks who I know they've been around. With some of the other dudes at school, I was like, I ain't trying to lose it for the sake of. But Neo, I just finished the 3 Yakuza games on Xbox. Amazing games. I'm hoping since Yakuza Like a Dragon's coming out for both consoles, Xbox gets a Yakuza Remastered Collection. Oh, first off, that's amazing that you play through all the games. I'm really interested to hear what your favorite was. Out of those 3, it's definitely Yakuza 0 for me. But, dude, the more Yakuza games come out on other systems, the better chance we have that more people can experience the series. Dude, I love Yakuza so much. I've been here all stream and ain't got a single question answered, but I'm gonna head out now. Love you, bro. I may not have answered your questions, but I responded to your comments, brother. I'm just trying my best. There's just so many of you amazing people. Do you eat Cocoa Puffs? Well, I'm more of a Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy myself. What can I say? In middle school, I saw a chick seduce another girl into making out at the back of the school. Yo, what? This man coming in on anime characters. Hey, yo. Neo Sex Spark, I'm dead. Coconut water. I don't have HBO Max, but I have a DC Unlimited subscription since DC is going to HBO now. How would that work? Will my payment transfer over? Honestly, I have no idea, and that's the biggest L I think people are taking. That DC Universe app, bro, all the shows are coming to HBO Max for the most part. You know, Harley Quinn's on there, Doom Patrol's on there. I think Stargo's on there too. But I think Stargirl was on CW as well. So I feel so bad for the people who subscribe to that, because now it's over. So what's on the DC app? You just have access to the cartoons? Is that what it is? My friend told me he lost his virginity in 4th grade. Damn, that nigga must have been 9 years old. Holy shit. Fruity or Cocoa Pebbles? I like both. I when I got my first job when I was 16, I did something my mom never let me do, and I opened 2 boxes of cereal at the same time, and then I finally mixed and matched, and it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. It was like I cured racism with both Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles in the same bowl. That was a very eventful weekend, just to show y'all how eventful the life of a 16-year-old was. Neo hated me ever since that Twitch stream. I don't hate you. Yo, I don't hate nobody here, y'all. Like, I got love for everybody. Provided you ain't doing some fuck shit. But I just try my best to answer all the questions. There's just so many of y'all. What's the next game you're picking up that isn't Mario? Cyberpunk off the top of my head. I got to see what else is coming out. I know the Tony Hawk collection came out. I want to get that, but I'm still working on older games. I've been playing Yakuza Kiwami on Xbox One via Game Pass, and it's great. I've only played Yakuza 4 a few years ago, and it's cool to play the other ones. Oh, man. Bro. It's just so surreal, because I remember when I first played Yakuza, I only had like 3 people to talk to. And now everybody is, and it's just like, yes. This is amazing. Neo, where's my lip smacking ASMR, dog? I have no idea, man. I really don't. Neo only hates people who pour milk and then the cereal. Listen, I ain't saying that they heathens, but this is a Christian YouTube channel, and we don't invite them. Yeah. The thing about the Kiwami games, especially the first one, is that it's very much so a budget release. Even when it came out, it was like $30, I believe. They didn't put too much effort into the remake process. Second one was running on a newer engine, so it runs better. But I think Yakuza 0 had just like that nice balance. It maxed that engine to its capabilities. It has the best combat of the Yakuza games, and it was great. The story was awesome. Kiwami 2 is a crazy villain as well. That nigga is insane. It's Yakuza, not Yakuza. I've been saying Yakuza for the longest time, and I'm sticking with that. Nah, that combat in 0 is dope. Have you watched the new Mulan movie? I heard it wasn't good. No, I'm not watching that until it hits Disney Plus. I ain't paying no $30 for Premier Access, and I know I could sail the high seas, but I ain't trying to waste 2 hours, y'all. You know what else I could be doing in 2 hours? Then watching Mulan? Shit, I could be jacking off in 2 hours, man. Ain't nobody got time to watch no Mulan. Oh, fuck out of here with that shit. Disney remakes. Which comic book character deserves a video game adaptation from the studio that made the Yakuza games? An Iron Fist game or Wolverine from that studio would be cool. That would definitely be dope. I never thought about the Ryu ga Gotoku Studios working on a comic book character, but those are some good ones to start with. Honestly, I'm just waiting for them to do a JoJo's game. They got to do that, man. They definitely got to do that. Yo, $30 for Mulan, though. Ugh. The new Avengers game is dope. Yeah, I heard a lot of people, they enjoyed it more than they played the beta, but I still see a lot of people who are just like, well, it's not that much better, so it's kind of like all over the place. Yes, Julian, I'll definitely be getting around to doing some more streams, brother man. Oh, that's awesome, man. Man, bless all y'all getting into Yakuza. That's awesome. Bless y'all. Black Panther game with Assassin's Creed-like gameplay. Oh, no. No. Well, we ain't need no... Man, as much as I would love an open-world game set in Wakanda, I ain't trying to get no Ubisoft style Assassin's Creed game for Black Panther. Oh, hell no, bro. We done with that shit, bro. You got to get on Spawncast and criticize Nintendo. I need to see what happens. I'd be down for it. I don't know, man. I feel like people are just always going to be in their ways about Nintendo. Because, bro, if you look at it, realistically, who really criticizes Nintendo on YouTube? I'm talking about, like, the legitimately big channels who are like known as the face of Nintendo, have they ever come out and rant? I'm talking legit rant, not say something in passing for 2 seconds. I'm talking like legit saying, yo, what? You know what I'm saying? Like these people, they legit, if there's ever a problem, they're like, well, this is not the best move to make. It's like they want to tippy-toe dance around the subject. I'm like, yo, come on, man. Neo gets banned from Spawncast. Oh, God. I remember because when me and Shokio were talking about this Nintendo stuff years ago, we kept getting criticized like no tomorrow. They're ungrateful. They're HD fanboys. That was literally the phrase back then. HD fanboys. Cookie Monster guy. Oh, you mean Arlo? Yeah, Arlo's been doing a lot of critical videos, but even then he always mentions like, I'm so sorry. I know people don't like to hear about negativity, but I'm like, bro, if that's all there is, you got to talk about it. You know, you can't just take the good and then not have the bad. How about a Green Lantern game? That'd be interesting. I'm down for any type of superhero game they want to make, because give us something different and new we haven't seen before. Do you consider yourself a sneakerhead? Besides workout shoes, do you ever buy shoes just for the fits? Not really. I've got maybe 10 shoes in my entire collection. You know, I've got a nice pair of going out shoes. Well, actually, it's more than 10 shoes. A nice pair of going out shoes, dress shoes, work shoes, multiple work shoes, multiple workout shoes. And then I just have like a couple of pairs of sneakers that go with a lot of different things. But I'm not really a sneakerhead. I don't really camp out online with the apps for those things. But it has been something I've been looking more into in the past year as I've been just bringing up my style and my aesthetics and figuring out what works best for me. Neo, what workout routines do you recommend for home? Well, if you've got limited equipment, Bree, a lot of body weight stuff and just basically anything in your environment that you can use, make use out of it. So if you have couches, you know, do push-ups on the edge of the couches, you know, do like different things like inverted push-ups. If you have things around you that you can lift and carry, maybe you can like potentially bench press those things. A lot of core work, you know, so it's gonna be a lot of abs, obliques, and you really have to manipulate the time under tension. So instead of doing like a 2-hour workout at home, maybe do rounds of Tabata, which is like 30 seconds on work, 30 seconds off, and you do that for 10-15 minutes. You'll definitely break a sweat. But yeah, so it just comes down to what you can do with the equipment that you have, which is going to be a lot of push-ups, a lot of, you know, dips if you have couches, ab work, and just really sweating. You know, you could do mountain climbers, jumping jacks, you know, Sean T with the Insanity videos. I'm sure everybody remembers that. You know, that was a wild time. Oh, you have weights as well? Oh, so if you have some weights, if it's like dumbbells, you could do a lot. So basically, you can go online, you can find like a dumbbell routine, and just go from there. You might need to go higher with the reps, maybe do some more sets to make things interesting. Because if you just have one pair of 25-pound dumbbells, after a while, your body is going to adapt to that. And it's just, oof, it's not fun when your body adapts to something and it's just like, all right, this is easy. Because then it's just like, dang, I have nothing else. $5 super chat from Harume. I'm just going to call you that because apparently I cannot speak English. What's up with the protagonist? The protagonist in anime always revolves around school. Well, that's just one of those like universal stories that we see, especially in Japan. A lot of people relate to a character in anime, and I noticed a lot of anime now, well, not now, but past 10 years has been about just a normal, everyday, regular schmegular dude who doesn't look too crazy. You know, you can't really spot him out in the crowd. Doesn't really have a lot of self-confidence, and he just happens to be the protagonist, and that's what we do. And people like that because they can self-insert themselves into this series because it's like, hey, that guy's kind of like me. And of course, yeah, the weebs will buy the pillows. There's that. There's that market. Alrighty. I just want a good Flash game about Flashpoint or an origin story. I wouldn't mind if the game runs good and the story is good. Dude, there's just so much like creativity that we can pull from these characters, and we just don't get it. We just don't. Like, why is this so hard? Why? Are you telling me, like I told you on my ultimate Daredevil pitch, right? You know, in the daytime levels, you play as Matt Murdock, and it's kind of set up like L.A. Noire. You go to the crime scenes. You go ahead and see if you can find things related to the case. You do the court trials, which is set up like Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. And then at nighttime, you play as Daredevil, and you go ahead and you protect Hell's Kitchen, and then you find things that relate to the cases there as Daredevil that you couldn't as Matt Murdock, and then it all comes together at the end of these trials. Bro, are you telling me that is not more interesting than another generic run-of-the-mill, like, bro, it could work. It could fucking work, man. It could freaking work, man. Bro, I just found the best cave ever for my straight down mining, but no diamonds. Oh, man. Gotta get them diamonds, bro. That sounds really good. Yo, I'm trying, man. That was literally me thinking about it for 5 minutes. So if we can't get a couple of like-minded people in a room and we're just like, all right, so you work on this, you work on that. Let's see how this goes. Kingdom Hearts crossover or Marvel, if that were to happen, what would you think? I'm actually all on board with that, Julian. There was a time in my life where I was like, no. But honestly, Kingdom Hearts' story is so fucking convoluted at this point. Just throw Wolverine in there. Get Luke Skywalker. Don't do the sequel trilogy. Don't bring Rey. Don't bring these people. Don't do that. Bring us Luke Skywalker. Put us on the Death Star for no reason. Let's fight the Emperor. Come on now. That would be dope. I think Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars can really work. Thoughts on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order? It's a fun game. I'm actually having some fun with it. I need to go back and finish it, though. Very rough around the edges. Definitely still needs a lot of work in terms of performance. There's a ton of pop-in. Frame rate is very janky and some weird load times. But the story itself as a Star Wars game is cool. And the Emperor will use darkness. Exactly. It can work, Danix. I'm telling you. Speaking of Star Wars, what do you think of John Boyega's comments about the movies? Yo, the brother is 100% right, because, listen, he signs on for this role, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play this character in the Star Wars universe, black character in the Star Wars universe. They have all this marketing of him wielding a lightsaber, and potentially he's going to be like the Jedi we relate to. And then they take all that stuff away from him and his character. They don't do nothing. They do absolutely nothing with Finn's character. They took an arc as interesting as a stormtrooper turning good, and they wasted that. They did nothing with that character arc. You didn't have to make him a Jedi. Okay, fine, whatever. But you could have done something more. Maybe he was actually force sensitive. Oh, they actually alluded to it at the end of Rise of Skywalker, and if you read this novel right here, are you serious? That's what we got to do? We got to go for supplemental material again? Like, bro, it's messed up. They it's not even just Finn. They didn't just fuck up Finn. They messed up Rey's story. They messed up Kylo Ren's story. Like, Disney just... I don't even want to say it's Disney per se, because I think it's more Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. Because, just Kevin Feige has no problem with the way he was running Marvel, and he was under Disney for years. But Lucasfilm, 3 movies they couldn't wrap their head around. They couldn't do a beginning, middle, and end back in 2012 when they were just planning this shit. Okay, this is the story. Here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end. Here's a couple of beats we want to hit, but directors, writers, other than that, everything is free game. They somehow fucked that shit up. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, blame J.J. Abrams, blame Rian Johnson. I don't blame those people at all, because they were executing the vision of what Kathleen Kennedy said was okay. That's all they could do. So it's just, bro. All right, this is where I head out. No, you can't come here and we can laugh and ha ha hee hee at Big Bertha, but you over here saying Star Wars. Nah, fam, that's it. But yeah, it's squandered potential, man. It really is. Like, this sequel trilogy could have been so much more than what it was. And that's what kills me on the inside, because I was so excited about it when it first came out. When the Force Awakens came out, because y'all know me, I was kind of like, yo, Force Awakens, this shit is about to be fook. J.J. Abrams, lens flare this, lens flare that. And then I saw the movie and I was like, yo, I'm actually excited. This looks interesting. What are they going to do in the future? Then The Last Jedi came out and I was like, nah, chief. But then, rewatching Last Jedi, I was like, all right, I understand what this is going for in its own little self-contained story. But in the context of everything else, nah, shit, trash B. And then Rise of Skywalker hits, and I'm just like, yo, Last Jedi is movie of the year. No, yo, Marcus, listen. I was not hype about The Force Awakens until that last trailer came out. Go back and watch my videos, bro. Go back. I have them up here from 2012 when Disney bought Lucasfilm to 2013 when they announced J.J. Abrams. Bro, I have got the video proof. I wasn't excited about Force Awakens until that last trailer dropped. That was there, bro. Come on. Yeah, you know, bro, I'm not even lying. Go back and check that shit. Go back. The old NXP podcast we did. We were talking about that shit. We were just like, nah, man, this Star Wars is about to be fook. You see, Gabe knows. Exactly. Gabe can tell you I was not excited for The Force Awakens until I saw that trailer. I saw the movie. I was like, yo, this is great. I still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. I recommend you do check it out, Narukami. Just to experience what they did. That's all I could say. That's all I could say, man. I ain't watching that 46-minute video right now. Yo, 46-minute video. Which 46-minute video is that? I have no idea. Oh, God. Yo, are y'all really arguing about these companies in the comment section? Come on, we just all trying to reflect on life and have fun. Come on, y'all. Let's stop talking about this Sony and Microsoft stuff for 2 seconds. Let's talk about Star Wars and its decline. Initial thoughts of The Force Awakens. No, we did that podcast after we saw the movie, and we talked about, yo, we weren't excited for this. So, yeah, you go watch that 46-minute video. Uh-huh. We trying to reflect on why Gabe liked Rise of Skywalker. Listen, Gabe can like Rise of Skywalker. That's fine. The Mandalorian is hot garbage. Nah, fam. Nah, fam. We ain't going to disrespect the Baby Yoda show up in this stream. What y'all drinking? Yo, Bree is right. Hold on. Bree is right. Hold that thought for 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Bree is right. Alrighty, I'm back. So Bree is right. She mentioned it. Y'all, you know what this is. Every stream, we got to take the water truck challenge. So all of y'all, I want you to stop typing on them keyboards. Stop arguing back and forth about this, Sony that, anti-consumer. I want y'all to go ahead and get yourself some water. I don't care if it's seltzer water like I'm drinking, Poland Spring, Dasani. Hopefully it's not LaCroix. And we're going to take a chug. We're going to take a chug for 60,000 subscribers. You tell them, Chuck. Because we got to stay hydrated. Because that's very healthy. It's good for our skin. You know, it's good for our insides. And, you know, with all the alcohol we be drinking out in these streets, we just got to do that. So, yo, just go ahead. Let's go. 60K chug. I don't know how long I'll be chugging for, but let's go. Link's over here. Every time I take a gulp, just typing chug. Oh my god. Yeah, so we took some water, man. We got some water into our system. I'm at full on water. I'm already at full health. I gave up. Yo, nah, y'all gotta drink. Y'all gotta drink some water. Y'all gotta drink some water, man. I'm telling you, I'm drinking water and wine. Ooh, what you sipping on, Brie? Yo, my sister, we just got drinks. She got herself some plum wine because she went to a barbecue, a Japanese barbecue with her friend yesterday, and they had plum wine, and she's been obsessed with it for the past day. So I can't keep chugging this orange juice. What you got in there, orange juice? Some Crown? What you got in there? Just got some vodka. What you got in there, Marcus? You ain't telling us. Neo, what's your favorite Yu Hakusho moment? Mine is Yusuke Masters the Spirit Orb. Oh, dude, that's a top 3. That's a top 3 moment for me. That shit was so sad. It almost made me cry. But honestly, I would... shit, it's hard to... Yu Hakusho has a lot of great moments, so I'm just going to list some of my favorites. I know I'm taking the easy way out. Of course, Yusuke when he beat down Sensui, like Jesus fucking Christ, that was like literally when I watched that as a kid, I was like, is that nigga alive? Like what the fuck? So that moment was really good. I really loved when Kuwabara, spoilers, he revealed that he wasn't dead. Toguro didn't kill him, and I just loved everything about that final Dark Tournament episode and how Toguro wanted to die. But he didn't want to kill Kuwabara, so that was great. Shoot, Yu Hakusho just really gets me in my emotions, man. Is it hard to chug seltzer? Hard seltzer? Yo, with the alcohol in there? I ain't gonna take that challenge. But yeah, Yu Hakusho is just such a good show, you guys. I love Yu so much. Have you watched Kakeguri? No, I can't say I have, but that name sounds vaguely familiar. Let me see. Kakeguri. Oh, it's this chick. Yeah, I recognize her with her eyes. I'm kind of a sucker for like something about chicks with long hair and red eyes. Oh, Netflix. That's why, yeah, Netflix was pimping this shit out. That's why. But, so we have a $5 super chat from Harume. Can you tell me in The Rise of Skywalker why Rey changed her name? I thought she was a Skywalker. Okay, so here's spoiler alerts for people who have not seen Rise of Skywalker. The character of Rey is revealed to be a Palpatine because everything makes sense. Everyone is fucking everybody in Star Wars. So Rey is the daughter of Sheev Palpatine, who's, of course, the Emperor from the original trilogy, the prequels. And apparently the Emperor was just getting down, which I don't even know how, because I'm trying to line it up with the timeline. So Rey is Palpatine's daughter. So did Palpatine... He obviously had sex very late in his life to produce Rey, right? Well, not his daughter. I'm sorry, his granddaughter. Whatever. So, Palpatine had sex, and then he had a kid, and then that kid had sex, and they gave us Rey. But it leads to the question. So, Palpatine is just over here fucking random people while he looks like that? While he looks like evil? Like, let me pull up what Palpatine looks like for people. Hold on. Let me pull up what Palpatine looks like. Right? For those who don't know what Palpatine looks like. Right? This is what Palpatine looked like from the end of episode 3 onwards. That. So was he having sex looking like that? Because I gotta say, bro, good job Palpatine. He laid the pipe. But yeah, so he did that, right? And then that gave us Rey, and Rey's related to him. And then shit happens in the movie. And at the end of the movie, Rey rejects the Palpatine lineage, and she takes the name Skywalker because she liked Luke Skywalker. It's never really understood why she took the name Skywalker. I mean, because if you look at... Throughout The Last Jedi, there was really no type of relationship between the two of them. There really wasn't. And they had like one scene in Rise of Skywalker, and then she just felt so compelled to go ahead and take the name because it's going to be a force for good. Honestly, what I think would have been more badass is if they actually if they made Rey a Palpatine, they kept it as that. If they had developed it so much and they made it so organic that Rey was having an internal battle with herself about being a Palpatine and her lineage, how badass would it have been if Rey kept the name Palpatine? But now, instead of being feared throughout the galaxy, Palpatine is going to be the name for a force of good. Like, how badass would that have been? But no, they're just going to take the name Skywalker, and Skywalker is going to be this ambiguous term. Like, oh, he's a Skywalker, she's a Skywalker, we Skywalker. Like, That movie. I hate that movie so much. Why did the Emperor come back? Because they needed him to. They needed a big bad guy, and they killed Snoke. And I don't know why they didn't want to make Kylo Ren the big bad guy. But I was like, no. Bro, dude, I will listen. I went into The Rise of Skywalker with no expectations. Me and my boy Trent, we were just sitting there, and like not even 20 minutes of the movie, we were just like, oh fuck, here we go. And dude, when I say, like, when it ended, there was like maybe only 30% people clapping. That was it. And we were just sitting there like, yo, what bullshit did we just watch? Like, at least with Batman versus Superman, I may not have agreed with Zack Snyder's vision, but at least that was a complete vision of one man. The sequel trilogy has no type of direction. Ugh. God, what the fuck were the Knights of Ren anyway? The Knights of Ren. Knights of bullshit. That's what it was. Neo's name is NeoGameSpark. I mean, we might as well. NeoGameSpark. Everyone's a Skywalker. Who just hit me up? Ah, it's one of my coworkers. What's she talking about? Yeah, but that's that for Star Wars. That's why Rey changed her name, because everything makes sense. Did you hear The Mandalorian Season 2 is coming out October 30th? Yes, and I'm so excited. We got another almost 2 months, a little more than a month and a half, but can't wait. You're a Skywalker. You're a Skywalker. Everyone's a Skywalker. Am I missing something? Who isn't a Skywalker? Meow. Water drunk. Hey, you litty. But I will say this, though. Even though I didn't like the sequel trilogy, I am excited for the Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. I'm very excited for that one. Very excited. We got a $2 super chat from Harume. Have you ever seen Spaceballs, bro? Yes, I do. I actually have the steelbook right over there on my shelf. I remember watching Spaceballs at a friend's house because he was just like, yo, you like Star Wars? I was like, yeah, I like Star Wars. He's like, yo, watch this movie. It's like Star Wars, but funnier. And then we watched it. Dude, it was such a trip. It was so funny. I remember I watched it at my I remember whose house it was. It was my homegirl Clelly. She was this girl from France, and she lived up the street, and she had this really awesome big sheepdog. I remember we watched. This was like 6th grade, and we were watching Spaceballs. It was so funny. I don't know why I just randomly remember that. Spaceballs still holds up really well. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Has the release date for Falcon and Winter Soldier been revealed yet? No, it hasn't. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed till next year, Anthony. Because just the way things are with the production of these shows, I don't even think it's fully done. I know, I miss Rick Moranis too. I am proud to announce that we are all Skywalkers. Stay strong, Neo Skywalker, Danix the Third Skywalker, Shut Up Gabe Skywalker, and Tekkenjin Skywalker. Yeah, that's what it is, because Skywalker is no longer a family line or a lineage. It's literally just a name that you take. Yeah, that's it. Neo Skywalker. Do 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 do. Oh, no, we know Rick Moranis is alive. We just miss him acting and being and stuff. That's what we mean. But I have a tremendous amount of respect for that man. That man went to go be a father. He left the entire industry when he was on such a high to be with his family. That takes a lot of... It's weird to say, but it takes a lot of courage. I've never watched the Star Wars film. I've played the Lego Star Wars games. Which movie should I check out first? Oh, honestly, man. Because I would say watch them in chronological order, which is episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and then go from there. But if I'm being real, I would say watch it in release date order. So start with the original Star Wars, which is called Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And then watch episode 5 and 6. And then from there, go and watch the prequels. Because with the prequels, it's that there's a lot of things that you would only really appreciate if you had grown up watching the original trilogy. So it's kind of weird to watch the prequels first as your Star Wars introduction as an adult. Because it's different if you're a kid. If you're a kid and you watch that, you're just like, oh my God, wow. You know? Like this big giant robot with 8 arms. But I would say start with the original trilogy. Can we get the hell out of this takes place in a trilogy? Bro, I know. That's where we're going to start to get. We're going to start to get these new stories that take place in different eras and just go from there. Is it wrong that I like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn? No. I think Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is fantastic. I just think she hasn't been given enough good stuff to work with. You know, like the Suicide Squad movie, Birds of Prey. I think she's going to do really well in the Suicide Squad movie. Well, the Rian Johnson trilogy, I don't know. They've been very quiet about that, bro. It's been a few years since they've even really updated. So I wouldn't be surprised if they canned it. I would love to see an original Star Wars trilogy from Rian Johnson because that man is a genius. But I don't know. But you know who I really want to see work on a Star Wars movie? Denis Villeneuve. Like, I know that's just the common go-to, but I would just this man, what he did with Blade Runner, what he did with Arrival, and what he's doing with Dune. I want to hear that man tackle Star Wars. Well, I mean, that's the thing, Brie. I mean, I don't really think you're missing out per se, because Star Wars is just one of those things that I feel if you weren't really around to experiencing it at its height, you know, whether it was the original trilogy, the prequels, and all that, I don't know if you're really missing much. Because for me, a lot of the enjoyment in Star Wars, yes, it comes from the movies, but it comes from everything else surrounding it. So the Clone Wars animated series was great. All the comics I read as a kid, all the novels, you know, Timothy Zahn when he worked on Thrawn, all those things. Like, the movies were just like a great entryway into that universe. Yeah, we talked about the whole John Boyega situation a little earlier in the stream. What do you want from future Star Wars movies? I just want different stories. I want different genres of entertainment in Star Wars. You know? I like that they're experimenting with some things, like The Mandalorian is different. I would like to see more of those things. More genres set in the Star Wars universe. I think that'd be interesting, what we need to see more of. I wouldn't even mind another trilogy if it's legit structured as a trilogy, you know? Make it organic. Don't just think that just because it's Star Wars we're going to do this and everything will be hunky-dory. Yeah, Clone Wars was an animated series on Cartoon Network, and they had a couple of the episodes air on Adult Swim too. Yeah, it was really big in like the late 2000s. And if you want to watch all of Clone Wars, it is on Disney Plus. But I would only recommend that after you've watched the prequels, because the beautiful thing about the Clone Wars animated series is the show itself it's a companion to the stuff that happens in the prequels. It's set between a very finite amount of time. But during that experience, even though they're so handicapped, they do so much that develops the characters, and they retroactively make the prequels more enjoyable. Because the thing about George Lucas is that George Lucas has got a great vision for Star Wars, unparalleled. But when it comes down to focusing that experience and reining him in, he hasn't really worked with the best collaborators. Like the prequel trilogy, he did all that shit by himself for the most part, and it's evident. You look at that, you're like, yikes. But the lore that's there, the world building, creating interesting characters, when you gave those keys to someone like Dave Filoni, who worked on the Clone Wars animated series, we start to see those characters truly shine. And it was beautiful, man. I loved it. So that's where a lot of the goodwill from Clone Wars comes in. It's very much so anthology in a lot of ways, where some episodes you can tune in and not really have to know much else, and then others have some ongoing storylines. But as a whole, I think that you really do need to watch the prequels first and then Clone Wars to really appreciate it. And it's a beautiful looking show too. Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Harume. What do you feel about Star Trek? Star Trek, again, it's another one of the sci-fi staples, sci-fi greats. I love it. I watched Star Trek as a kid, and I have fond enjoyment for it. In a lot of ways, I think that Star Trek tackled a lot more mature storytelling, mature themes by comparison to Star Wars. I know they're not supposed to be in competition with each other like that, but there was just a lot of amazing stories in the original series and Next Generation, and stuff like Deep Space Nine, and it was awesome. It was great, and that's what you get with long form storytelling on TV. So I really enjoyed Star Trek. I'm not too big a fan of what they've been doing recently. I don't like Discovery. I don't like the Star Trek Picard, that new animated series, whatever. I found enjoyment in the J.J. Abrams movies. I wouldn't necessarily say that they were 100% Star Trek, but I did like them for what they were. The third one I think is probably like the best all around in terms of feeling like Star Trek, but the audiences just didn't react to it. Didn't really make the money like that. So, yeah. But it's good. Like, Next Generation is great. Neo, I'm afraid to say it, but episode 1 and 3 are my favorite Star Wars films. And that's fine. Hey, we're all entitled to our own opinion. That's perfectly okay. I know a ton of people who love Revenge of the Sith. They love Revenge of the Sith over Return of the Jedi. And I'm like, me, myself, and I don't see why. But that's okay. That's great. Yeah, I saw Into Darkness, and the thing is, to this day, I can't hate Into Darkness because of Benedict Cumberbatch's performance. I'm not saying he was a great Khan, but I think he did a great job in that movie. And that movie, I love the way it's shot. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. What's this talking about? Neo, they just revealed the Xbox Series S. They did? I don't know. I feel like someone would have linked it on Twitter. Oh, shit. What? Oh, shit. Are you serious? Bruh. Yeah, see, because I've been focusing on the stream, so I ain't looking at other stuff. Bro, what? Oh my god. Bro, see, this is what happens when you don't freaking announce your console. Shit gets leaked by retailers. Oh my god. I don't know why I always feel like I'm gonna fall out of this chair when I lean back. Bro. Holy shit, it looks like a DJ turntable. And apparently it's $299? Bro, what? I don't know. I don't know if it's like legit, but or if it's a mock-up or someone's just trying to have fun. I don't know, but yo, if it's $299, and I'm hesitant to show it on the screen because I don't know what'll happen. But if you just go onto Twitter and you type in Xbox Series S, it'll come up. But it looks like it's got the form factor of the One X, but then it's got this giant circle in the front that's a fan, and it says $299. I don't know if it's legit, But I wouldn't be surprised if something gets leaked. Oh my god. That's tiny. That's tiny. If it looks so similar to the box of the 1X. So maybe they're just reusing all the 1X boxes. Wow. $299 though. That's oh hey, what's up, Issa? Apparently the Xbox Series S got leaked, Issa, so we were just looking at that. Someone said it looks like the adaptive controller. I could see that. So now if the Series S is $299, that's not a bad price. For a 1440p machine, that's not bad. So that begs the question. So by that point alone, we know that the Series X is going to be 500 minimum. If this console is 300, the Series X is 500 minimum. There's no way it could come anywhere less than that. If there's only $100 difference, that won't make a difference, like at all, to some people. That won't be much of a deal distinction. It's got to be at least 200. So it's going to be, that Series X is going to be 500, which means that PS5, that's just probably going to be 500 too. The Series S being sold for $299 makes no sense if the PS5 digital will be sold for $399. I mean, one of them has the disc drive, and it's cheaper, and it still does decent performance. And remember, it's targeting a different audience for that console and that SKU. If it was the same price, like if the Series S was $400 and the PS5 digital was $400, that would be stupid. But it looks like it has a disc drive. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Because they haven't said anything about it not having it. There have been some people say it doesn't. Some people say it does. So I'm just running under the idea that it still has a disc drive. If it doesn't have a disc drive and it's only $100 cheaper, I don't know if that's like, I don't know, because there's just so much we don't know about these consoles still, and it's all over the place. So, well, I'll honestly, I'm just gonna wait for them to announce it before I start theorizing and speculating stuff. But wow, that's interesting, because that thing is tiny, teeny tiny. But yo, I'm telling you, they gotta hurry up, man. They gotta freaking hurry up, bro. Come on, announce the price of these consoles. Series S with a Minion skin. Oh, please don't do that, dimwit. Don't put that into the universe. What console do you think has the edge at launch? PlayStation. Definitely PlayStation. Even if the PlayStation is 500 and the Xbox is 400, bro, it's still going to be PlayStation. It's still going to be PlayStation. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's just history, games. Like, y'all, this generation, I keep saying this, Microsoft has done so much good stuff. They've gotten so much right with the Xbox for the past 3 years, 4 years, and it just hasn't caught on for some folk. We have another $5 super chat from Harume. Did you know when they showed the Penguin in the Batman movie, it was Colin Farrell? I actually didn't. It wasn't until I watched not watched it, but on Twitter, someone did a side-by-side comparison. Because at first I thought Colin Farrell was going to be this dude with the white hair. I thought that was like, oh, that's Colin Farrell. He's playing some version of the Penguin. It's going to be different. I thought it was going to be more like the Telltale Batman game. But when I saw that in the trailer and people lined up the facial structures of like his face, his nose and stuff to an actual photo of Colin Farrell, I was like, oh shit, that's Colin Farrell. So that I can't wait. I will say this though, I don't think they could get away with charging $600 for either system. If the PS5 is $600, I can't do that. I can't justify no $600. I could do $500. $600 though, oof. That $100, I'm telling you, that makes a world of a difference. It's good. The PS5 is either going to be $500 or $550. It ain't gonna be $600. It ain't gonna be 600, man. Because then, oh god, 600 isn't too much, Neo. Well, it is kind of too much when you're still paying for PlayStation Plus, and you gotta buy, you know, other controllers, and you gotta buy the new headset that they have, and you gotta buy freaking storage. You know, that storage ain't gonna come cheap. Because 600 is the entry price to these consoles, and that thing only has like 800 gigs of storage. So if these games are still going to be the same file sizes, that's only a handful of games you can fit on that hard drive, man. I mean, even like, if the PS4 was $600 at launch, I wouldn't have bought that shit, man. No matter how much enjoyment I got out of it, $600 at launch for a system that I didn't get a lot of good experiences until like 2 years in, 3 years in. That's 600. Unless they drop all those games in the first 6 months, I'll pay 600. But other than that, man, yo, and if some of these games are gonna be $70 too, bro. If you spend $600 on a new system, and then you gotta start buying $70 games. With tax, that's just going to be $75. Oh, man. Yeah, they sold the PS3 for $600 at launch. Yeah, Kevin, literally like 2 minutes before you commented that, we were talking about the Series S and how it supposedly got leaked on Twitter. But either way, I think we're going to hear something this month. It's probably going to be before the Tokyo Game Show event. Man, that's wild though. Yeah, they did a $500 PS3 as well, but that was for like the 20 gig, I think. Did that one have the backwards compatibility, or was it only the 60 gig? I don't even remember. What games are releasing at launch on PS5? Well, if we're talking exclusive to the Sony system that we know in the first month, I mean, we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Demon's Souls has been rated already in I think it was Taiwan. So if a game gets rated, that means it's usually coming out soon, in the next couple months. Let's see what else we got. Of course, Bug Snacks. But then they have all the other stuff there as well. Like, what was that? Freaking... I just forgot the name of that shit. Hold on. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. We have that coming on there. You know, that's a cross-gen title, but it's still there. So they have that Astro thing that comes with all the consoles. Like, people are saying, like, yeah, all these games are on PS4 too. Why would people buy it on the PS5? Because we see the jump in the performance that we're gonna get with the PS5. That's why. Is Demon's Souls a confirmed exclusive? They haven't said it wasn't. They just announced that for PS5. They haven't said nothing about PC, nothing about Xbox. They just said PS5. So if they were going to put it out on Xbox, they would have announced it like in the announcement video on the Bandai Namco or whatever thing. But that's coming from Sony, so yeah, Bandai Namco, they don't own the rights to that. Yeah, they got a 1-hour presentation at Tokyo Game Show, so fingers crossed for some good shit. Yeah, Demon's Souls is a Sony IP. But if it comes to PC... Did you ever play the Demon's Souls remake on Wii U? The Demon's Souls remake on Wii U? The what? What's the Demon's Souls remake on Wii U? I don't know. I was about to say, I was just like, wait, what? Like, are we in an alternate universe or something? No, we already know they're not doing next gen news. But what I was saying is if they can come over there and port a lot of the older games to Xbox, I'd be happy. Because that sounds like some Dr. Trey stuff, Inside Byte. Demon's Souls remake on Wii U, like when Trey was saying the Wii U is going to have the definitive version of all your favorite games like Grand Theft Auto 5, Battlefield, Call of Duty, all that. How credible do you think this leak is of the Series S? I mean, I don't really like to talk about whether something's credible or not. I just take everything with a grain of salt. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At this point, it's just like we know it exists. We know it's coming. We'll just see. We'll just see. Yeah, if it starts getting above $600 for these consoles, PC might be the way to go. I mean, yeah, you'll be missing out on the exclusives for PlayStation, but still, $600 and you got to pay Plus every year. Oof. Oh, man, but I'm thinking that we wrap up the stream here, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going for almost 3 hours, and it does not feel like it. That's what you get for having fun. Guys, thank you so much. As always, it is a pleasure and honor and a privilege to be in y'all's good graces. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Thank you so much to all the mods for doing amazing jobs. Danix, Gabe, Tech and Jin, Dimwit Monkey. I seen y'all all through here. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank you to all the super chats out there. Y'all supporting the channel. All the links down below. Patreon, YouTube membership. In addition to the new podcast that I started up, I'll link that again right here for y'all. This is the new podcast I started. If y'all want to give it a listen, it's just talking about my introduction to the internet and YouTube and how I got into it. I have another episode coming out this Friday. It'll release to everybody. It'll drop on Wednesday for all the people on Patreon. But yeah, shout out to y'all for coming through. Thank you so much. Yeah, Marcus, you were here for the entire stream, which is very weird because usually come like 5 minutes before we end. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your night, your evening, your morning, wherever you're at. Have a great freaking week. I'll see y'all on the next stream next week. Or if anything, I'll probably pop in for a game stream sometime later on. But yeah, you guys, take care. Be kind to another. Be grateful. And remember, we are Skywalker. Take care, y'all.